1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8.
Johnny Lamb Jones. Wide receiver. As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to fool Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't.
Fullback. Hello. Roger Vick. Jeff Lageman.
Jets just don't understand the draft all back.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady. Vernon Golson.
Cleveland's graded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner. Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold.
The New York Jets select Zach Wilson.
Future Pro Bowler, Elijah Moore.
Michael Carter, running back.
What's happening, everybody out there in Jets land? This is Green Bean. Welcome to the 10 o'clock mock. I am in high spirits, not only because I get to have a very, very good friend of all of ours on tonight, but I happen to have light tonight, so that's a good turn of events. Plus, I got a really prime parking spot in this parking lot where I'm at, and I feel good about it. I think my internet's just a little bit better. I hope it is. I hope it is for you guys. But I'm in a great mood. We have a very, very exciting mock for you guys tonight. I hope you guys are into it and ready to go, because I am about to bring on the king, the flight master, the captain of the ship himself. Let's say hello to Ryan from Jets Talk 24/7. What's up, duder?
What's good, boy? Thank you so much for having me on, dude. I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this for like a week and a half.
Yeah, well, it was funny last week, we got to see each other, which that video is coming out on Wednesday, which is cool. Ryan and I just happened to be in Sedona, Arizona at the same time. So we got our wives together and and it snowed all over us. It was the craziest thing. But then when you were supposed to be on last week and I got deathly ill, it was like 2 months ago we planned it. We picked the date and then I get sick. So here we are, Ryan. You say you're happy. I'm grateful. I'm happy that you're here. I'm really excited to get your 2 cents involved with the chat and see what it is that we pulled together tonight, man.
Dude, I'm so excited. I can't wait to get into this. I was looking at the preset, what we're doing in free agency, so that way we could figure out our mock, and I've got all sorts of ideas. My gears are spinning. Looking forward to it.
Right. So what Ryan is alluding to, a lot of you probably know, but if you don't, tonight's theme, I didn't put out a poll. It's just I've collected, you guys know, I get inundated with ideas. We should do this, we should do that. And the consistent idea, especially creeping up to free agency, has been, why don't we have a free agency? Why don't we at least have a mock sample of who it is that we took in, and signed in free agency, so we can govern the draft that way. So guys, what I did, and I'll put it up on the screen in a moment, but it's available on Twitter, on Instagram. If you go to my Twitter, if you go to my Instagram, Greenbeanjetsfan, or it's on the YouTube community post, I made the graphic of who we signed in free agency. And it's so funny, Ryan. I get all these people, we should do this, we should do that. So then I literally put together a best case scenario. Let's say we have all the guys that we want, all the guys we're talking about. And then what do I get in response? This is bullshit. This is unrealistic.
Dude, that's just it. It's like, oh, I can't believe you would do that. Why would you set us up to go best player available? And who would that be? No, that's what we want to talk about. We want to talk about who our favorite prospects are in an ideal situation.
That's exactly right. And that's the whole creation, the whole idea behind this mock was to create themes so we could explore each other's ideas. Like, okay, one guy says we should go all offense. Well, let's have an all offense. Let's see what that would actually look like. And on and on and on. And every time it's just a funny thing. Like we have the best chats on the internet as far as I'm concerned. Like our guys, our girls, our chats are vibrant. They're amazing, but they're funny. You know what I mean? Like there's some funny dudes out there.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we get some characters. I'm not going to lie. There's a few that like, some of you might have a few screws loose, but it's okay. Some of us have to be a little screw loose to yell at a camera in a room by ourselves for a little bit. So I can completely relate with some of you guys in the chat over there.
Right. We go a little bananas. You know what I mean? Like we spend a lot of time staring at each other, whether it be our heads or our little tag line, you know, our little names on Twitter. Like we spend a lot of time with each other. You're gonna lose a few marbles during this process. You know what I mean? Especially being Jets fans.
Oh, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
So I'm going to go ahead and put that file up now, and we'll talk about it briefly. This is going to be who we signed in free agency. And again, guys, this was a best case scenario. I know there's going to be guys that you would have preferred this guy. That's fine. But I tried to give one of the upper echelon guys at each position, maybe not the best, but an upper tier guy at each position. So this is what we pulled together in free agency. And I'd like your thoughts on it. So we started with cornerback, Ryan, and I went to Tampa and I grabbed Carlton Davis. And any thoughts on that guy?
Yeah, I think it's a good selection. I think he's a smart player. I think he's a good player. I think he's one of the top 2 or 3 cornerbacks that are going to be hitting the market this offseason. And if the Jets can wind up getting him because the Bucs are franchise tagging or possibly franchise tagging Chris Godwin.
Right. Again,
no problem. No problem with it. We need cornerback 1.
We do. And he's really good. I've actually seen him rumored to be a replacement for the cornerback up in England. What's his name? JC Jackson, maybe? What the hell's his name? Yeah.
JC Jackson.
Yeah, it just didn't feel right. But so I think Carlton Davis would be a slam dunk. He's probably going to be a little bit cheaper than some of the other guys, which will be nice too. So then we went to New Orleans and we grabbed Marcus Williams. This one's for Matt O'Leary. I love him too, but I got to admit, I got to put it out there when it's out there. Matt O'Leary was way early on this guy as far as what we were talking about. And so what do you think of Marcus Williams? You think that would be a good fit?
Yeah, look, he's my top free agent right now, assuming Schultz, and we'll get into Schultz in a second, but it sounds like Schultz may wind up getting tagged. Marcus Williams and the safety position in general was something that I've wanted to hit in free agency for the longest time. I just didn't really think that Marcus Williams had a shot to hit free agency. I think there's going to be some type of magical situation that happens down in New Orleans. Look, they were $75 million over the cap last year, and they somehow found a way to get under it. So
they did.
I'm leery about O'Leary's thought of Marcus Williams hitting free agency. But if he does, absolutely top of my list. Love the signing.
Yeah, I right. And I'm with you. I mean, look, when they were actually $108 million over the cap for a minute there. And what happened was when you have an organization that is so well built as they have been, guys are willing to move things around. They're willing to take a little less to stay with the team and keep the band together. That's no longer the case. Drew Brees is gone. Sean Payton is gone. It's a whole new thing. Guys are going to be looking to bounce, in my opinion. They're not going to be willing to take less to stay in town. So I think it's a good chance that he breaks free, and I'd like to get him. So then I went with the edge. I didn't try to get, to like take care of the position. What I tried to do is basically reproduce or replace the Vinny Curry, Ronald Blair role. You know what I mean? A rotational guy that we know can be effective. And he's 27 years old, Ryan. I was like, what?
It's amazing.
Like 35.
Dude, he's hit free agency, 3 times? I've made F, marry, kills on this guy at least 3 times now. Like when he was leaving Jacksonville, when he was leaving LA. I love me some Dante Fowler. And
it's a funny thing.
How long has he been in Atlanta now? Was it 2 years?
I think it's 2 years. He was drafted by the Jags, right? The Jags took him. He blew his knee out that first year. And then he's
he was taking top 10, I think, right? He was 4 or 5.
Yeah, totally. As a matter of fact, he was the guy I wanted in that draft. And
I've liked him for a long time. He's been a man crush of mine for 4 years.
Well, a lot of Jets fans. He's been rumored to us, it seems like, every year for the past decade. That's why I'm like, he's 27. So I think he'd be a good fit. And a lot of guys like him, not to, take care of the position forever, like just to get a body in there that is going to be productive. Then we went with Allen Robinson, wide receiver out of out of Chicago for the Bears. He had a rough year last year. There's a rumor that he wants $19 million, but I don't think that's accurate. I think he's going to take somewhere around 15, but either way, he's a wide receiver 1, no matter how you slice it, unless he just fell off a cliff last year, and that's more of what you're going to see. But what do you think of that signing? You think that'd be a good fit here?
Well, just going real quick back to Dante Fowler, maybe we get an inside track on him because we have his former linebackers coach in Jeff Ulbrich here. I don't know if it's necessarily the same because he's defensive line instead of linebackers coach, whatever. But either way, possibly inside track. Allen Robinson is someone, if he's asking $19 million, he can go kick rocks. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't care. I'm not signing Allen Robinson for $19 million. I'm thinking if you can get him on like a 2 or 3 year deal, that's, either a 1 or 2 year deal with like a team option for the extra year, then I have no problem doing it. But I would get it, I would say 15 million is the most I'm willing to spend on Allen Robinson. Other than that, like, I'll take Watson in like the second round. I'll take, a few, I'll roll the dice on Shark. We're trying to run 12 personnel here. There's no reason to overextend on an elite wide receiver. I mean, I would say I would trade a 5th round pick for Amari Cooper and pay him $20 million, but that's because we can get out of the contract at any point in time. And I do think Amari Cooper is better than Allen Robinson. So I do like going free agent wide receiver 100%, but I would say if he wants 19 million, he can go kick rocks.
Yeah, Jets Forever says 4 years, 8 million. So what's that, 2 million a year?
Done.
Yeah, there you go. There's going to be a line for that. So then we went to back to Tampa. There's a couple teams where we grabbed more than one guy, but Alex Kappa is one of the guards. I think he's young. He's 25. I think he hasn't missed a game in 2 years, I think it is. So he's a good one. What do you think of him? Was he, obviously and I've talked about this, Laken Tomlinson, James Daniels, really good fits, but I think Alex Kappa would be just as good. And he could be here for a while, where Laken Tomlinson's probably a 2 year at most. What do you think of Alex Kappa?
Yeah, when you look at the guard market, I would say Laken Tomlinson is probably my top option just because guard can play a little bit longer. If you can get 2-3 years out of Laken Tomlinson, I'm okay with that. And I think he's going to be cheaper than Kappa. Not to mention he's got the rapport with Sala and he's got the rapport with LaFleur as well. He fits the system. I think he makes the most sense. Then I would say Daniels would be my second choice. Definitely fits the system, but his issue is going to be penalties. He's really young. He's like 25, like Kappa. But going Kappa, I'll be honest, I don't know scheme fit wise, if there's any issue whatsoever. He could be a scheme fit. He may not be a scheme fit. Literally no idea. I don't know enough about him. But yeah, look, top guy at his position, or one of the top guys at his position. I can't be upset with that. We've been looking for a right guard for like 3-4 years.
Yep. Long time. So yeah, I think Laken Tomlinson would be my first choice. But again, if they're looking to kind of have guys together for a while, James Daniels and Alex Kappa would be a better swing on that side of things. Jake checks in. He says Ryan's going Sauce at 4. I saw a little bit of your show just before this one. I saw Blewett talking up the Sauce. Is that what you're going to do? You're going to be pushing for Sauce in a few minutes?
You guys are gonna have to hang around and see, because depending on how we see this free agency, my thoughts may change.
Yeah, well, exactly right. And that's the thing, you said it and I agree. You said this like 2 years ago, but I completely agree. And I've maintained this throughout my life. I reserve the right to change my opinion based on future information,
based on the information provided.
Right.
100%. I'm okay. I'm wrong. I have no problem admitting I'm wrong and changing my opinion. It's one of the most important traits you could possibly have as a human being, not just a sports fan.
Yeah. I look, just so we know, Shivanasu Prasad, I saw what Joe Joe Blewett said about Hamilton. I have watched just as much tape on Hamilton as Joe Blewett, and I know what he's saying. He's not like, nobody's going to come into the league and be perfect. If they are, it's an illusion. His athletic ability is sound. He showed it in the combine. Everybody's focusing on the 40. Look at the rest of his drills. 38 and a half inch vertical. He jumped. I think he was one of the longest broad jumps. I mean, he looked great in the drills. So Hamilton is somebody that he's the best safety in the class. Joe Blewett doesn't have to like. Joe Blewett does like him. He just doesn't love him as much as a lot of other people do. But has your opinion on Hamilton changed at all? Have you watched any tape, or you just kind of bouncing around? What do you think, Ryan?
I would say this: I'm not where Joe is on Hamilton. I trust Joe on a lot of his film breakdown, but when I look at Hamilton, he is special. I would say he is a luxury pick for the New York Jets, and I would say there is a situation where I would consider drafting him, or at least there was. I would say there is enough prospects that I really like, especially in the second round now. Like, you're looking at some of the guys like Hill,
Dax Hill,
Jaquan Bricks. What the fuck's his name?
Brisker.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Brisker. There it is.
Right.
There's a Petrie, another one. There's a lot of
Scene is another one I like. Leon O'Neal.
Yeah, Scene from Georgia. Like, I would go any one of those guys in the second round over Hamilton at 4. And that's not to say Hamilton's a bad player. Like, I'm hoping he goes 3. What I think is going to wind up happening is Giants trade up in front of us. They're panicked we're going to take a tackle because of Joe Douglas. They want to get a Kwanu or Neal. And then, I don't know. I would be upset, I think, if we took Hamilton there, because I do really like Sauce, and I don't think we're going to get a cornerback of equal or relative, like, cornerback 1 status in free agency. So I would err on the side of like if I were to maybe rank him, I'd probably say, like, I don't know. I don't want to take O-line. As much as I've had us taking Neal and Ekwonu in the past, I do not want to take O-line. I don't want to take wide receiver either. We spent first-round picks and second-round picks on these guys just 2 years ago and last year. It just, for me, it doesn't make sense. I shouldn't say it doesn't make sense, but it's a kick in the balls to devote that kind of cap space to that or draft allocation to that. Hamilton's a special player. I would prefer other players. If he's sitting there at 10, right. I know Joe Blewett said no, but I would absolutely take him at 10.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, and that's the thing. And Shivanasi, thank you for the second super chat. He says, "I love you, GreenBean, but I oppose your Hamilton/defensive first approach, PTSD Rex era, so I have to rival you as your dark alter ego, Lima Bean." That's the thing. We're going to have another channel out there called Lima Bean Jetsfan. Like, look, I want to make sure that I make this clear, and I've said as much the whole time, that I would be, if the Jets came out and said, we're going O-line, like, we're just getting it done, I would be fine with that. I don't want them to do that, but if they just said, fuck this, we're getting the beefiest O-line we can, and they did that I'd be like, okay, I get it. It's, again, it's not what I would want to do, but there's very few things that the Jets could do this year that would upset me. That said, and Joe Blewett said this much on your show a little while ago too. The top end of the draft is defense. You don't want to reach. Reaching for need is the worst thing you can do in the draft. You have a top 4, which is a top 5 pick and a top 10 pick. Take top 5 and top 10 players. We happen to have needs all over the place. If it's Hamilton, if it's an edge rusher, which is what I really want. My number 1 pick is an edge rusher. But then you go ahead and you do that. We still have 2 seconds, which are essentially first. We have a third. We can do so much damage in this draft. The only thing you have to do is make sure you get a top 5 player with a top 5 pick. That's the key. And don't double up and stuff, 3 good guys in one position when you have no guys at another position. That's kind of the whole thing. So, but thank you for the super chat. I don't disagree with you as much as you think. I'm on one side of the fence. That's all.
I will say this. You've been talking defense in the first round with the first 2 picks for a while now. And poo-pooed it for a little bit. I understood your reasoning for it. And I'm with you if the Jets decide, hey, we got to surround Zach with talent. We're spending the first 4 picks. We're going offensive line, wide receiver, tight end, guard, or whatever. I don't know. Then fine. I can understand doing that. But I am 100% with you at this point. I would prefer to solve offense in free agency. And I want to go heavy defense at least the first 2 picks.
Yeah, right. I mean, look, again, it's not that I don't want Zach. I want Zach to have the best offense too. It's just about who's there. And we'll do all this stuff in the draft as well. I wanted to just follow up. Shivanasi said, hey, man, you don't have to use the whole long name. Just call me Shiv or Lima Bean. Lima Bean it is, brother. Lima Bean it is. And
I'm going to start calling him that on my channel now too. Because I've been trying to pronounce that full name. Like every time he sends us a super chat, I'm like, Shinu. Like I can't pronounce it while I'm trying to talk in stream.
It's not easy. You know, long name. I grew up with a long name too. It took me until 2nd grade to learn how to spell my last name. So I get it. So let's move on. We'll wrap up the free agent period and we'll get into this mock. Now, people are laughing about offensive tackle Brandon Shell. Now, let me explain.
I love bringing him back.
Go ahead, Ryan,
I hate the Seahawks right now. I didn't hate the Seahawks until Jamal Adams went there, but like, sure. Bring him back. He's played well for the Seahawks. Now, I will say this. The Seahawks offensive line has been a little like worrisome. So maybe he's not the route you want to go. But look, if are we bringing him back and we're saying, because it looks like your free agency, it doesn't have anything about re-signings. Are we saying all our free agents are just gone? Like we didn't bring back.
I know I was gonna, if I had time, I was gonna do that. Just, we're just talking about, these are the guys we brought in. We're keeping, we didn't cut, just think we signed all the guys you wanted to sign. We re-signed Kyle Phillips, we signed Berrios, that kind of stuff.
So Shell would be our Morgan Moses for next year. That's what you're getting, right?
Brandon Shell is going to be our reserve, like first off the bench guy. That's what Becton, you got Becton fan. So what we're doing essentially with this free agency is you got Alex Kappa and you got Brandon Shell coming in, and we re-sign LDT. So you got LDT and Brandon Shell, guys with oodles and oodles of NFL experience coming in off the bench should we get injured. It's more about, it's like Frankie always says, it's not about who you have, it's about who else you have, and that's a big one. It's like when guys get injured, which they always do, having Brandon Shell come off the bench. I don't want him as a starter, but he's been in the league a while. He's an average type of a guy. He'd be great off the bench. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Now we got linebacker Leighton Vander Esch, who's kind of, he hasn't met expectations, but sticking him with Saleh and Ulbricht next to Mosley, I think that would be a really good start for our linebacker group. We still got Sherwood, and then it gives us some flexibility in the draft. What do you think of Vander Esch? Would you do that?
Yeah, look, I don't mind doing it. After watching the Jared Davis experiment last year, I have no problem going with another linebacker that they like, and hopefully it works out better. So that's kind of where I'm looking at this particular player.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it is. I mean, I think like they're bringing in guys, and we're trying to give ourselves flexibility in the draft to take the best guys that we can. So then we stayed with the Cowboys, and we got the gem. We went and we paid for Dalton Schultz. Interestingly, a 4th round pick. This is the thing. Everybody wants to lose their minds over what you have to do with pick 4. But all these guys that we're re-signing, very few 1st round picks in there. Vander Esch was, but a lot of these guys were not firsts. So you got to look, we can find players in the mid rounds. So Dalton Schultz coming in, giving us another one, flexibility in the draft, gives us a tight end 1 right out of the gate. And I think most people are in favor of this one. What do you think? Got any thoughts on Dalton Schultz?
Yeah, I know we heard some rumors that he might get franchise tag, but I think the important note here is that we're saying that tight end 1 is solved. I think regardless of who you think that is, whether it be Dalton Schultz or someone else, tight end 1 is solved at this point.
Right. Well said. And that's exactly how I see it. That's a great way to say it. Like, so you're look, you can still look in the draft. You can still target McBride or Ruckert or any of these guys, but you have them. He's in the house. Our tight end position is in a totally different position than it was last year. So there you have it, guys. Carlton Davis. So we went and got cornerback, a safety, an edge, a wide receiver, a guard, a tackle, a linebacker, and a tight end in free agency. And you guys can keep this up. Again, it's on Twitter, it's on Instagram, it's on YouTube community if you want to refer back to it later. But we are going to use this to go into our mock from here. So let me pull it up. Hey, GreenBean, is that free agent class you had us sign? Looks like we had $100 million in cap space, but I love it. Well, that's it. Look, don't forget.
Best case scenario.
Exactly. It's best case scenario. The cap is going up, rumored $30 million next year. So all we're going to do is signing bonus the hell out of these guys, push their contracts to next year, and we got the money. So there it is. These creative numbers, guys. I'm not them, but I imagine they can figure it out. Like you said, the Saints did it. Why can't we? All right,
absolutely.
So let's pull up this simulator. But thank you for the super chat. But I'm with you, man. You're not the only one that said that, Squarehead Jets fan. Everybody's like, how are we doing that? I'm like, I don't know. This is what everybody's telling me.
All right. Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah.
I believe it.
So, all right. So here's the sim. Now we're going to make sure I do this. When O'Leary was on, I choked it hard, Ryan. We had the best first round in history going, and then I only picked a one round draft. So you see, Jets, here's 7 rounds.
7. There it is.
So we are off to the races. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to draft. We're going to leave it on normal speed so we can do that. And at the end, don't forget, we will look at our division rivals as well. So here they go. Evan Neal, Kayvon Thibodeau, and the argument is over. Kyle Hamilton is gone. So the way that we do this, Ryan, is that when we have trade offers, this time we only have one, but we'll look at the trade offers. If they want it, they say yes, and the team. If they don't, they just say no. We try to tally them up and go from there. So the Vikings want us to not take Hutchinson and go back to, they want us to go back 8 picks. They'll give us their second this year and their second next year. So what say you in the chat? Let us know if you want the trade. I got another super chat we'll get to, but what do you think, Ryan? Are you gonna take this trade, or are you gonna go ahead and pick at 4?
I think if Hutchinson's there, you just have to take him and just trust that it's the right pick. I mean, it's tempting. If Hutchinson went 2 and Kayvon's sitting there at 4, and we have the free agency that we had, I would say I would do this trade in a heartbeat. But I don't think I would do that given our free agency.
Yeah, I tend to agree. This is that rare scenario where you're like, you know what? We're taking them. You know what I mean? That's what we got to do. I think the chat's going to agree. But let's get to the super chat. Benjamin says, what's up with Richard Delgado and his son? SC.
And his super chat.
A son. What's wrong with me? I think it's hilarious. Every time Ryan calls him a, what is that? A
Dick. I call him a Dick because his name's Richard. It's Dick Delgado.
Dick Delgado. I thought we were going eggplant. I don't know what.
That eggplant is the emoji sign for the phallic
Dick?
symbol. Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. Maybe I didn't recognize it because mine doesn't look like that at all.
No, I'm more of a jalapeno kind of guy.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But that's funny. Thank you for the super chat, Ben. So the no's have it. So we're going to go ahead and get this trade off of the table here. Now I'm going to be honest. I'm already surprised. I see a lot of Aquanu in the chat. So this is going to be between Hutch and Aquanu. So just guys, I'm going to put the scroll up real quick so you guys know. Try to only vote once. When you vote 20 times, I'm just looking at it and you can muddy the water. Let's there's almost 300 of you in here. Let's just try to be calm. Vote one time until we move on. So Icky or Hutch, Ryan, who you grabbing?
I'm grabbing Hutch. No questions asked. I mean, you look at our free agency, we got Kappa and we got Shell. We're holding on to McGovern. I don't think there's any reason to look. I do not want to go O-line. I've said this before. I don't want to go O-line.
Right.
I don't want to go wide receiver in the first round. That it's something that I don't think is a smart allocation of resources based on the needs we have. And because the board fell this way, we would be silly if we were talking about, week 10 of the football season. We were saying, hey, Hutchinson's on the board. What are you going to do?
Right.
You're taking him every day.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
four is an easy pick for me.
Yeah, and it's easy. It's easy in the chat too. I mean, I saw a couple of Quanus early. There's a couple sauces, but Hutch, without question. So we're gonna get past this one, and let's go ahead and grab Aiden Hutchinson with pick number 4. We're off and running. Look, Icky was picked next, and Kenyon Green. There goes Karlaftis.
And the
Andrew
Giants traded
Booth.
out of 7. Karlaftis
did.
moved up to the Broncos.
look
Moved
at
up to
that.
7.
That's right. And then the Giants went ahead and took Garrett Wilson with their first pick, or with but they traded up to 5. The Giants traded up to get it.
Giants were 5 already. They traded down from 7 to 9 with the Broncos.
That's right.
So they took Garrett Wilson. Joe Blewett made an interesting point on my show earlier. Garrett Wilson, the way he plays is very, very similar to Odell Beckham Jr. Like, absolutely. And I really, really, I like Garrett Wilson a lot. I think he is wide receiver 1. I think it makes a lot of sense for the Giants if they wind up losing Shepard. I will be surprised if the Broncos trade up for any type of edge rusher, because there's a bunch of good ones there. And then I would say that I think the Broncos probably trade for Rodgers, and it's the Packers making the 9th pick as opposed to the Giants or the Broncos. But I like Garrett Wilson. I'm surprised Booth was the first cornerback off the board.
Yeah, well, I've heard that in some circles too. I mean, this is the week of Sauce Gardner. He's been climbing up recently, but he had a good combine. I mean, he's the buzz right now. But if a team likes Booth, they'll take him. So now here we go, guys. Now we have 4 trade offers. So I see you guys all yelling one player or another. But the way that we do it here is we're going to look at each trade. If you don't want to trade, you say no. If you do, say yes and the team, okay? So we're at pick 10. The Lions want us to go all the way back to pick 32, which is the Rams pick, and they'll give us pick 34. So that would give us 32, 34, 35, 38, and next year's second. That's really far, though. So the Green Bay Packers want us to go back to pick 28. They'll give us 59, 92, next year's second and third, but we also got to throw in pick 110. Ooh, the Baltimore Ravens want us to go back 4 spots, and they'll give us next year's second. And then Washington wants us to go back to pick 11. So 1 pick.
Yep, that's the pick.
Third. That's the trade, I think.
That's the trade, 100%. Anytime you can move 1 pick down, Washington's taking a quarterback at 10. I have no problem moving back 1 pick for any denomination for the most part. Like if Washington says, hey, we'll give you a 3rd so that way you don't have to fall back to 20 with the Steelers, I'll do that all day.
All day. Unless you are, look, the only scenario that you don't take this is when you wanted a player, never thought he would be there at 10, and he's there, and you want him. Like, other than that, this is a free 3rd round pick. That's
not
what
to
it's
mention. Like, look, Washington's not taking anyone that we want. Like, if you're falling back 1 pick, I don't care if it's a 7th round pick. Like, Washington's going to take a quarterback. They're not taking Sauce Gardner. They're not taking an edge rusher. They're not taking like a wide receiver. Like, they are going to take a quarterback. So if Washington wants to trade, I'm all about it. Unless someone from the Saints at 18 or maybe the Steelers at 20, they're going to have to offer a lot of stuff to come up and get into the top 10.
Yeah, I agree. So it looks like we're going to take the Washington trade. Let me get to the super chat first. Lima Beam says, I see why defense works, but it scares me years of drafting quarterbacks and going defense first. And if we won games because of our defense, how good would we feel for the future with mediocre quarterback stats? Look, I hear you, man. There was like a 12-year period where we only had 1 offensive player drafted. I get it. But it's about taking the right players. And since Joe Douglas has been here, he's used all of his premium capital on offense. 3 firsts, 2 seconds. I mean, he did use a 3rd, or actually all of his 1st and 2nds were on offense. So this year it seems like to have a little evenness, I think it would be why. Look, if the defense wasn't stronger up top in defense, I wouldn't be talking like this. But that's kind of what we're looking at. So let's go ahead and accept the Washington trade. I'm going to counter and try to get a seventh.
Try to get something more. Yeah.
Hell yeah, always. Let's see if
try
we
to get a
that
second. Try to get something.
they did it.
You got a second pick. You got like 7th round pick, right?
Yeah, I got us a 7th. So now we have a pick in the 7th round. We're killing it.
I like it.
We're killing it.
Let's do it.
Well, look at this. So now we got another trade. We got 2 trade offers. This is crazy. But look, Washington traded up for Matt Corral, Ryan. So you were right. They're coming up for a quarterback. That's why they were so safe. So the Texans want us to go back from 11 to 37. They'll give us 68, 80, and next year's 2nd and 3rd. That's a lot of capital. The Bengals want us to go back to 31. They'll give us 63, which is their 3rd. Oh, no, that's their 2nd, I mean. And 135 plus next year's 2nd. So, again, guys, if you don't want them, say no. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and just catch up with you.
Yeah,
Ryan, what are you thinking about any of these?
I'm saying no on both of them. I think it's too far back to drop. What was the first trade? I don't know if I caught that one.
Okay, let's see. So we have the Bengals here, and the first one was the Texans. So they're, again, it's going from a top 15 pick, really a top 10 if you look at it through the right lens, going all the way back out of the first. They got to be throwing a first in there. I mean, next year's 2nd and 3rd is good. They're giving you a lot. This is a lot of premium capital, but I don't want to leave the first round. But I'll see what everybody else says.
Do you think we should try to counter the Texans offer and see if maybe instead of a 2nd and a 3rd, they give us 2023 first? Because they could be a bad team. There's a pretty decent shot at that happening. They could have a top 10 pick next year, and I'd forego a 2nd and 3rd next year if we can get 37. Oh, God, that's a far drop, though. Screw it. No, I'm saying no. I'm saying no.
Yeah, the chat is – I would do it if the chat was teetering, but they are soundly on the no side. So, yeah, I would do what you're saying. I would play with it for a little bit, see if we can get a first. So let's take the trades off the board. Now we are at 11. I'm going to show you guys the big board here. Here's what we got. We got some Derek Stingley at 11 action. We got Chris Olave, Charles Cross, a tackle, who many people, I'm telling you, there is a chorus saying he's the best tackle in the draft. Then Sauce Gardner is there, Jamison Williams. I don't know about you, but I got about 6 or 7 DMs that said, we need to take Jamison Williams. I said,
dude,
no, we don't.
I love Jamison. I think Jamison Williams is wide receiver 1 in this draft all day if he's healthy. I would have taken him at 10, no questions asked, if he didn't tear his ACL. If he falls to the 2nd round, I will run to the podium. I don't care. Like, we're trying to run 12 personnel. If he winds up falling to 35 and you have to let him sit till November 1st, I don't care. You're getting him for the next 10 years after that. 100% I'm all on Jamison Williams. I know a lot of people are not, but like he's one player that I would do that for.
I hear you. So, guys, we're going to go and we're going to pick. So, Shiv Lima Bean checks back in with his final thought on that. He says, I just want Zach to get 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. Hey, let me just share this with you. You're not alone. You're not alone.
That would be 4,000, just over, I think it's 4,007 yards is our passing record by Joe Namath, and 30 passing touchdowns is our season best with Ryan Fitzpatrick. So yeah, I would love I think Zach Wilson, if he plays a full season with a revamped offense, he's going to shatter all our single season records.
Yeah. It's possible, that's what Lima Bean's talking about. He's saying, look, we need to commit and make sure. But the thing is, Lima Bean, is that I understand what you're saying, but this is a very compressed class. They're very athletic. They're very fast, all that sort of stuff on offense. But when you look at it, you're going to get a similar player at 35 or 38 than you are at 10 at wide receiver and stuff like that. That's what's going to happen. So that's the whole logic. The guys on defense up top, there's a drop-off more significantly anyway. That's what the mindset is. But we're all with you. We have a whole bunch of picks. We're going to get some offense. So I'm going to tell you right now, I see a couple Linderbaums. I see a couple Charles Cross. But
Gardner, I would take Sauce at 4 all day. I wouldn't take him at 4 in this particular situation given our free agency. But I think when you're taking a player at 4 like Hutchinson, you are setting a precedent, and you are saying, hey, this is the type of personality we want on our team. This is the type of player that we value. This is something that that is the reason I do not want Kayvon Thibodeau. I think if you pull the trigger on Thibodeau at number 4, you run the risk of telling the rest of your team, this is the alpha dog that we want. We want someone who's all about me. He's all about his brand. He's an athletic freak, but he's going to be another Jamal Adams. I'm sorry. I am 100% off the Kayvon Thibodeau train, and I am 100% on the good character top player train. I don't think Hutch will be there at 4, but if we get Hutch at 4 and Gardner is available at 10 or 11, I'm running up to the podium. I think he's the best cornerback that we've seen come out in quite a bit of time. I think he's absolutely elite.
Okay, now I hear all that, and I'm with you. I like Sauce Gardner too, but we did go out and get a cornerback in free agency.
Oh, you're pushing me to go wide receiver, aren't you?
No.
I see exactly what you're doing.
Truth is, I want a linebacker here. That's what I want.
Then we should have taken the trade offer. Can we propose a trade? Is there anyone that wants to come? Like,
we can propose. Those trades are still on the board.
Those were so far back.
Yeah, we can't do that. We can't do that.
Look, if the Steelers wanted to jump up to 11 to get Willis, I would trade down. This would be a situation where I think I'm definitely trading down, because based on our free agency, I'm looking either Nakobe Dean or I'm looking wide receiver, and I'm looking at Drake London would be my pick, I think.
Okay. So here's what I'll say to the chat. Okay. It's chat time. You've heard Ryan. You've heard myself. We got to remember, don't forget, guys, this particular draft, it's not just a mock where you're sitting at home grabbing your favorite players. We have to think. We signed a cornerback, a high-priced cornerback 1 in free agency. We also signed a linebacker. So look at the sheet that I made for you guys, and let's see, do you want to use 10 on a cornerback? So now everybody here, I mean, the Sauce is crushing it, and I'll take them. But I just want to say, I want to make sure that we remember.
Let's say no Sauce. I think when you spend $15 million a year on Davis, I think realistically you cannot take Sauce at this point. I think you have to change your pick.
Unless they really aren't that high on Bryce Hall and they're like, you know what?
Yes.
We got our edge rusher. We're going to have lockdown cornerbacks with Sauce and Carlton Davis, right? What the hell's his name? Yeah, Carlton Davis.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm burnt. So, and then they're going to have Michael Carter II and Bryce Hall as kind of like, the first off the bench kind of guy. Unless they're thinking that, but we have to think like that, guys. Don't forget, this is a themed mock. So we did a free agency, and we want to make sure that we stick to it. Not just overload positions like Ryan was talking about with the offensive line. It's like, we're overloading while we have holes everywhere. So let's make it like this. We're going to go Nakobe Dean. Okay. We're going to pick between these 3 players, Sauce Gardner, Nakobe Dean, and then we're going to pick let's say Traylon Burks. That's the guy. Look at him sliding. Last week he was everybody's dream boat. Now he runs a 4.55 and everybody's like, second round pick. So that's the pick. So we got Nakobe Dean, Sauce Gardner, or Traylon Burks. That's our 3 picks. So pick a guy between that, vote once, and here we go. Linderbaum's still on the board too, but
I absolutely love Sauce. Like, Sauce is my number 4 pick right now, but I am absolutely in this situation. Nakobe Dean, no questions asked. I will 100% go with Dean. I think he is absolutely elite. The leadership that he showed, watching him go up to, I don't know who his linebacker part. It might have been Tillman or Tilden or whatever the heck his name was. Goes up to him and was like, "What are you doing? You missed that play. I made the play." Blah blah blah. I love Dean. I think he is absolutely. If I could find a way to, I don't know if we could solve edge rusher, but if we could do Sauce at 4 and then trade down from 10, pick up a first next year and slide back down to 20 and take Dean, that's my dream scenario. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, so my vote is for Nakobe Dean right here. It sounds like Ryan is as well. Again, I'm not trying to get people not to take Sauce Gardner. I just want to make sure that we are including our free agent class. Now, B2B is saying, can you show the free agents? I can. I don't want to tinker too much. Let me I'll show it one more time. Okay, hold on. I don't want to lose our mock. You know, I'm not the best here. I'm not Ryan. Right?
You should be good because the internet browser shouldn't screw us up.
All right. So as a reminder, here's what we did in free agency. This is a best case free agency. So we got cornerback Carlton Davis, safety Marcus Williams, edge Dante Fowler, wide receiver Allen Robinson, offensive guard Alex Kappa. Then we went reserve tackle with Brandon Shell. We got a linebacker Leighton Vander Esch and tight end Dalton Schultz. Okay, guys. Now, if you want to have that as a reference, it's on Twitter, it's on Instagram on both my pages, and it's also on the YouTube community. If you want to just click on that, it's there, so you can look at it. So I just want to make sure that we're including this stuff, because why do it? Why have a theme if we're just going to steamroll it? All right, so let me get the draft back here, and hopefully I didn't mess it up because I suck at stuff. All right, here we go. Share screen. Here it comes. Chrome tab. Mock simulator. Boom. Did I do it? Am I good?
Let's take Dean. Let's do it. Screw what the chat says. I know everyone wants Sauce because Sauce is the hot name, and I want Sauce.
Yeah. So Jake is saying, see, Jake, I can't do the polls because I'm going through StreamYard. So I have to open up the YouTube thing, and then it gets all messy. I can't do polls unless, Ryan, can I do a poll through StreamYard? I'm pretty sure I can't.
No, you can't. But if you do open up, just open up the Creator Studio on YouTube. I'll do a little bit of talking so you can wind up doing that. But if you open up the Creator Studio and you go into the little like circle-y thing that says like where you can see the chat and you can see like who super chats and activity and everything, go to that. There is an option to do a poll. And then you can at least, enter it in and let the chat talk about it.
All right, so we're gonna try something here. I'm in the studio.
So you do that. Let me talk a little bit about some of our thought processes. So at this pick, with going Allen Robinson, there is going to be a really, really strong thought process in going Drake London here. And I have no problem going that pick. I want to see what he runs his 40 time at his pro day. If he winds up running like a 4.5 at 6'5" or, whatever he measures in at, I mean, it's going to be really, really hard to pass this up, especially if you go Allen Robinson in free agency like we just did. Now, linebacker wise, I don't love Vander Esch. I love Nakobe Dean. So Nakobe Dean realistically is probably my pick because there's a few guys I like in the second round. I think the second round for me is the sweet spot for wide receiver. And I do think we should double dip at defense in the top 10. And I think if you wind up going Hutchinson and Nakobe Dean, you are setting yourself up to tell the rest of your roster, hey, this is the type of player we want. This is what you need to be if you want your second contract. If you want to get drafted to us, this is what you need to do. So I love Nakobe Dean 100%.
Okay. So I can't figure it out.
Let me walk you through it. I could do it.
Yeah.
Watch this.
All right. Where are we?
Creator Studio.
Well, I'm in the studio for this video.
Okay. Now, did you click the dot with the two things on the side? It should be before you click into the video. If you click on content and then you go to live instead of like uploads.
Yeah. Okay, I'm there.
I think it's the fourth or fifth logo over. It's like a dot with two things, like two brackets on the side of it.
No, I don't see that.
It should look like...
Oh, there it is. Okay, I got it.
You got it. Okay. So when you click on that, it should pull up our stream that we're doing plus the live chat on the side. And if you go to the live chat on the side, there's a little clicky button, like where the super chat would probably be.
Clicking on view on YouTube?
No.
It says edit title and description, view on YouTube, get shareable link.
No, click. Go one screen back. Go back to where the list of all the live streams are.
Yeah, that's where I am. I'm looking. I
Okay.
clicked those 4 dots, and that's the menu.
Nope, it's the one to the left of it. Should be like a dot with 2 parentheses
Live in,
next to
I
it.
got it. Live in control room. I got you.
Yeah, that's
You know how
exactly the
smart
control
Ryan
room.
is, guys. Look how smart this guy is.
I've
Walking
screwed
his
up plenty
old
of times
friend.
to know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
No, if you click on that, then you go over to the live chat. There's a little at the bottom where it says say something. Just below that, you'll see a little poll button.
Okay.
And then you can say, because then you and I can go back and forth and because this is a serious pick. This is the number 11 pick in the draft. We need to talk to our war room, which is 309 people strong right now, which, by the way, we have 121 likes. There is no reason we should not have 200 likes on this video right now.
Right. So how do I do? All right. Wait.
Okay. So you've clicked.
I got it.
You've clicked. Oh, you got it. Okay. Now you can change. You can say yes or no.
Right. Here we go. We're going to do sauce. Bean or sauce. That's all it is. Wait, let me add an option.
And then when you click, go or whatever, it'll pin it to the chat, and then we can all vote. And I'm absolutely voting.
Okay, here we go, guys. This is going to be awesome. This is history. All right, here we go. I'm putting it out there. So I gave you 3 options. Let's see how it worked. Can you see it?
It'll pop up. It'll slide to the top of your chat, and it'll be like a pin chat. There it is. I voted.
All right, now Ryan, if you could, because if I keep YouTube open too long, it's going to lag hard. I'm in the fucking parking lot. Let's not forget that, guys.
I'm sorry. No, I'm in the back of my truck,
dude.
You are like 60 frames a second good. Like you have not stuttered at all this entire time.
They said I was lagging before, but good.
Nah,
hey man, I don't even want to jinx it. So all right, so here we go. Dom C.
We got 120 votes like that. Snap of the finger.
So you got to tell me who won. Dom C checks in and says, setting up a poll mid-mock is not for the technologically challenged. But that's the thing. Dom, Ryan is here. You guys don't even know how many times I've sat with Ryan late night going over technical shit.
GreenBean and I, literally after the Talking Jets panel, we'll sit on stream sometimes for like an additional like hour or 2 hours and just like talk through different things. Like, okay, here's how I would do this, and here's this, and like I will help however. Oh, dude, look at the chat. So 54% says Sauce, 40% says Dean, 6% says Burks, and we have 142 votes, 144 votes.
All right, everybody, try to get your votes in. I'm gonna leave it like 30 more seconds, and then we're just gonna do it. Don't forget, this is not voting with your heart. This is trying to be smart. We look at what we did in free agency. That's the thing. You don't want to just do free agency and then bypass the theme. You want to use the theme and try to get the whole package and see what we did. Do it the right way. Okay, that's what we're trying to do. Sauce is at 52% now.
Oh, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Let's have a conversation while this is while people are still voting, because I'm not gonna lie, I love Sauce Gardner. I like everything about him. It is a statement pick by doing this. I think he emulates everything you want in a top prospect, and the only reason I didn't take him at 4 is because we signed Carlton Davis and Hutchinson fell to us. I love him.
Yeah, this changes the whole attitude on this team. You bring in an edge rusher. Don't forget, we also brought in Dante Fowler as a rotational piece. So then you got Carl Lawson coming back. You got Fowler rotating in. You got Aiden Hutchinson. We added Carlton Davis. We added Van Der Esch. We added Marcus Williams. So, dude, we are changing shit around here. Get rid of the often injured, always drunk Marcus May and bring in Marcus Williams.
So GreenBean, let's talk about this for a second. Let's say the chat makes the wrong pick, because 53% of them at this point, as much as I love Sauce, I think it's the wrong pick. At this point, based on our free agency, I don't think it's the right allocation of resources unless they really do not like Bryce Hall, which if you're looking at DJ Bieniemy and everything that he said, where he's talking about how the Jets think that people threw at Bryce Hall because he wasn't going to cause a turnover. If that is legitimate, then Sauce Gardner really has a spot here at 11.
You're right. You're right. I mean, I don't think that's the case because he had the most passes defensed on the team as well, like 11 passes defense or something like that. So, I don't think that's the case, but you're right. So we're going to end the poll. Sauce Gardner has gotten it. I think everybody just doesn't care about free agency. So we're going to go ahead and take Sauce Gardner here. Still a great pick, man. So we're not. This is what we want to do. We want to try to talk this out and make sure that we're all on the same page. We are a war room right now, guys. We want to be on the same page. We want to listen to each other's thoughts and consider everything, not just pick a guy and don't listen. Like, that's what we want to do. We want to get through this. So Sauce Gardner's coming to town. Here he goes. We got Sauce Gardner. Now, look, Derek Stingley was next. There goes Jamison Williams. Malik Willis to the day. Look, the Lions got him.
They traded up to the with Philly at 15. I like that. Treylon Burks goes to 22 to the Raiders. Drake London to the Cowboys.
Lewis Seen, there goes a C. Oh, there goes Dean. I was like, he's going to make it. He's going to make it. That would have been great. All right, guys. So we have 2 trade offers. One is from the Dallas Cowboys. They are pissed that we took 2 of their players, and they're going to try to take our 35th pick. They want us to go back to 56, and they'll give us next year's second. The Falcons want us to go back to 43, and they'll give us next year's third. So, guys, remember the rules of the trades. If you don't want it, just say no. If you do want it, say yes, and the team. So, Ryan, we got the Falcons and the Cowboys. You taking any of these trades, or you grabbing somebody at 33 or 35?
As much as I love to trade down and get some more picks, there's 2 guys that I want, and here's the issue with what we're doing, because we already got Hutchinson. Trayvon Walker is still available, but Linderbaum is 100% the pick at 35. 100%. No questions asked. You cut McGovern, save $9 million. If you have to go out and trade for someone or go sign a free agent or whatever, roll that $9 million over. I'm taking Linderbaum at 35 with this situation. No questions asked.
Hey, what's the dead cap money on McGovern this year? Do you know off the top of your head?
I'm pretty sure it's $1 million. I have it right here. Give me 2 seconds.
So, all right, I'm going to make another poll. We're going to go between Linderbaum. Where was he? Oh, shit. I got too many tabs open now. We're going to go.
Connor McGovern is McGovern's 1.3 million. So no problem. Yeah, so we're saving 9.
Yeah, so you're saving 9. Let's go Linderbaum, Trayvon Walker. Okay, let's have some fun. And then let's add a wide receiver to the mix.
I'm looking at Dotson, I think.
Dotson, yeah. Okay. So, we still got Trey McBride out there too, guys. Our normal 35th pick. All right, I'm going to make a poll, and these are the players we're going to choose from.
You can add a 4th one, I think. I think you can add.
Yeah,
you can add up. I think you can add up to 4 or 5 people.
Oh, guys, I'm adding polls now, baby.
Dude, polls are where it's at. I will teach you the ways of the live stream.
Now, I want to remind you, I'm in the back of the truck. My microphone's on my keyboard, so I'm having a hard time typing. All right, here we go. We got McBride. Whoops. We got Dotson. Or is it Dotson, right? D-O-C.
D-O-T-S-O-N.
Come on with this.
Dotson.
D-O-C.
D-O-T-S-O-N.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, S-O-N. So then we'll have some fun and add Trayvon Walker to the mix. Who was the other?
I feel like Trayvon Walker is one of those that we probably should ignore because he shouldn't. If we wanted to do it realistically, Linderbaum and probably Walker are the 2 that we should probably kind of forget about being there because they should have been gone. At least Walker seems like he might be top 10, and Linderbaum should be first.
Last year it was the same thing about Creed Humphrey and Elijah Moore. They were definitely going to be first round picks, and they were there.
And Hill too, right? Who's the cornerback from Ohio State, right? That was the one that wound up going in the 5th round.
Yeah.
Sean Hill, I think, right?
Not Hill. Wade.
Sean Wade, there it is.
Yeah. So is Tibbs being overanalyzed like Sapp was? What do you think, Ryan?
No, I think Sapp loved football. I don't think Kayvon loves football. I think Kayvon loves his brand, and I am deathly afraid of taking him. I don't want to touch him. I don't want to say I've completely removed him off my board, but I would say no, you know what? I will say that. I'm going to take Kayvon Thibodeau off my board. I wouldn't take him at 4 or 10.
Yeah, I don't think it's being overanalyzed. I think it's just being included, which it's important that you do. I mean, you have to include that stuff. This organization we have places a premium on character. And when you have a guy that's iffy on character, we're talking about a top 5 pick. You have to at least consider it. You might override it. So I don't think so, Lima Bean. Brian Scantlebury says this is why free agency should be after the draft.
In every other major sport, it is. Free agency is always after the draft. But with the NFL, the lifespan of a player is so short. When the collective bargaining agreement comes up, there's no way they will ever allow free agency to be after the draft, because with the rookie salary cap in space, or with the rookie salary cap in place, there's no way everyone's going to go young players. They're going to draft for they're going to draft best player available, and then they're going to plug in their needs in free agency. And everyone in free agency is going to get slightly less money because people have solved their needs in the draft. So I agree, Brian, 100% it should be after the draft, but it'll never be that way.
Yeah, I agree. So Jake says, got GreenBean on that poll thing. It's funny. I get asked at least once a week, Jake. If I didn't have Ryan here, that was just a quick no, I don't know how to do it. But now I do, baby. We're going to be polling till the cows come home. So the poll is up. We'll go another 20 seconds or so. Right now, Linderbaum is at 66%. So I think that's the way it's probably going to be. Like I said, we'll get a few more seconds here. In the event you didn't pick in the poll, go ahead and make your voice known right there. Why is Stud City saying refresh the chat? Why would he say that?
I think he needs to refresh his browser because mine's, doing fine. I'm sitting here watching it go up. It's totally fine.
Yeah, my chat's rocking. I can't even keep up. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and end this poll. Linderbaum at 68%. Is the pick. I think it's a good pick, Ryan. Look, arguing about Linderbaum up 10, up high, like at 10 is probably, it's not what you want to do, but at 35, I think he's a good pick. So let's go ahead and pick Linderbaum. Look, they have him rated at 16, so we get him at 35. It's a steal, and don't forget, we have another pick and 3 picks. Here he comes, Tyler Linderbaum. So there goes Isaiah Spiller and Zion Johnson before our pick. So we have a trade. We have 2 trade offers, guys. Pick 38 to move back to 44, and we got to throw them our 6th, and we'll get pick 98. So that's next year's 6 too, by the way. Okay. So the Patriots want us to go back to 54. We know how Joe Douglas likes trading with the Pats.
I know, but I don't want
give us pick 85.
Screw them. Nope, I don't want that. I don't want them to get anyone they want. Not happening. Won't trade with them in a draft.
Yeah, they don't draft well. Now that they don't have Tom Brady, it's going to be more and more clear. They've never drafted well. So Bill Belichick has 3 to 4 extra picks every single year because of the comp pick situation, and most of his players don't make it. So Tom Brady's covered that.
So at pick 38, Trayvon Walker is still there, and he's 100% who I would consider at pick 10. But let's, for the sake of argument, let's pretend he's not there because we've already taken Hutchinson. And I think it would be unlikely that he winds up being there after this point. But this Browns pick 44 and 98, I'm pretty sure I would do that. I think that's the move. I think you trade back and you slide a little bit down because I have no problem dropping. What are we going back? 6 picks. I think one of the tight ends is going to be there, but we also got Schultz too. So don't forget. That's
right. We did get Schultz. So look, Green Truth says, I like watching both of you guys. I'm happy you're not the GM. Free agency is totally on. Let me just tell you something, Green Truth. I like you as well. You're a regular. I like you. But if that free agency came to pass, we should be bowing down before that would be the best free agency in history. Now, unrealistic, sure, this is what's called a best case scenario. The reason we're doing it this way is so we can see what we would do in the event we took care of things in free agency. It's an exploration. It's an extreme to give us perspective. That's what we're doing. That's the fun of it, Green Truth. Come on, man. All right,
I get where he's at. He's not wrong. Like it is a very but you're talking about, let's best case scenario it. Let's say we've solved the major holes, and let's take who we believe is the best player available to help this team based on the free agency. So I'm with you, GreenBean.
Yeah, it's like it's to have some fun. Don't forget, guys get all mad at me. You'd be surprised. The whole next day after these mocks, I get all kinds of messages from people yelling at me about different things. We should have taken this guy. I don't like what you did. I get it all day. You can always go and have your own mock draft. This is to see what it happens with a collective, and if we were bound to a specific mindset, what would it look like? That's the fun of it. It's to get out of our comfort zone, everybody. It's to get out of it. So Lima Bean's back. Thank you for the super chat. He says Strahan was also considered a me brand guy, right? No, he wasn't actually.
Ooh, I didn't know that. I was going to say,
no,
I don't remember Strahan getting drafted. That was before my draft watching time.
It was a different analytical time. Like, we're much more analytical now, but it wasn't the same thing.
When was he drafted? It's got to be 2000, somewhere around there, maybe 98, somewhere in there. It's got to be late 90s, I would think, because he retired 2008.
Yeah, he sucks.
It was right after their Super Bowl win.
He'll forever piss me off because Brett Favre gave him the record, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad TJ Watt tied it this year, at least. Like, that makes me feel
but he needed
better.
the extra game to do it, didn't he?
I know. I wanted it. I don't care. I just wanted it.
It's all bullshit. Gastineau's still the king, everybody. Yeah, that's what. Look, so here, Lima Bean, Mark Crook says Strahan was an Army kid. His father instilled hard work, and that's what I remember too. I remember him being a high character guy. He was loose and fun, but anyway, I could be wrong. So I'm
trading down. I'm trading down.
Guys, so I didn't get a lot of responses on the trade. You would trade down. You'd give them next year's 6th and go back to 44. What do you guys think?
Yep.
So we'll take the Cleveland.
I'm seeing a few trades. I see XM says no trade. I think it's, oh God, man, it's like split. Take the trade, poll, no trade. I think you got to throw a poll up, GreenBean. Let's throw a poll up and let's talk about it.
All right. Okay. All right. We're going to do this. See, the thing is, it's like, it's not easy over here. Wait. Yes, Cleveland.
We'll say yes trade, no trade. It's only Cleveland because we're not trading with the Patriots. I won't allow this. I'm going to click off the stream if we trade with the Patriots.
All right.
I opened a seltzer. Side note, totally unrelated. I opened a seltzer like hours ago. I wrote 4 scripts for videos today. And then the whole Ridley getting suspended for gambling happened, and I didn't make any of the videos, and I forgot my seltzer, and I just found it. So it's been sitting out here for it's got to be 6 hours now. Not good.
Right. It's like it takes.
You think it's cold?
It's good. You're going to be fine. You're going to make it. You're going to love it. It's going to be good. I'm almost out of energy.
It's not delicious, but it's like warm bubbles.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Hey, man. I used to like warm beer the best because for some reason warm beer got me drunker. Oh, I'll blast back some fucking hotties.
Dude, some people in Europe, right? Like it's room temperature. They don't freeze they don't chill their beer. I'm a big cold beer kind of guy.
I like don't get me wrong. I prefer it cold, but when there was beers in my trunk, I had no issue. I used to hide, I'm an alcoholic too, Ryan, so there's that.
When I was in high school, I had a 95 Ford Taurus. This thing was a boat, and we'd have I think I worked at ShopRite for 3 months. It was a very brief stint between my junior and senior year, and or it might have been sophomore and junior year. It was young, And I remember being like all excited because I got the employee discount on Mr. Pibb, which was like a 12-pack of like knockoff Dr. Pepper. And I would throw it in my trunk and it would be freaking 70, 80 degrees outside. And for whatever reason, the Ford Taurus and the 95 Ford Taurus stay cold.
There you go.
Cold Mr. Pibb in the
That's
trunk.
a marketing. Yeah, they should market it that way. Stays cold even in the sun, even in your trunk. All right, so we're going to end this poll. We have yes to the Cleveland trade. So I'll try to counter a little bit too. Let's get something else. Let's get a seventh here.
Yeah, why not?
Another seventh.
Get some athletic guys.
No, they said no. All right. We'll try one more
Take
counter here. Try next year's seventh. Let's see. They decline. Okay, it's like, no, this is the offer.
I was going to say that is the best we're getting.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to slide back to 44. Let's see who they wanted. They wanted Trayvon Walker. There he goes. Trent McDuffie, Lecitus Smith, and Perrion Winfrey. There goes Trey McBride, everybody.
No friggin' way. That's all right.
Of course.
That's okay.
Of course.
I'm not trading with the Patriots. Look, reject that one right away.
Okay.
Sorry. It's not.
So we have slide back 3 picks for next year's seventh. I'm saying no to that. That's horseshit.
Yeah. Yep.
So, okay, here we are at pick 44. Here's the big board, guys. We have Kenneth Walker, a running back a lot of people like. We have wide receiver Dotson. We got a tackle there that is very, very good. Drake Jackson, another edge. We got Enigbar, who had himself a terrible combine. We have Isaiah Likely, a tight end. 2 linebackers right here that I like, Chad Muma and Christian Harris.
Mm-hmm.
We got Wiedermeyer. So if we're going to go, look, I'm going to pull up what we've done so far, okay? So here's what we got. We got Aiden Hutchinson, Ahmad Gardner, who's Sauce Gardner, obviously, and Tyler Linderbaum. So we got an edge, we got a corner, and we got ourselves an interior offensive lineman. Now, we do need safeties. We need linebackers. And we need tight ends. And we probably should come out of here with a wide receiver. So what are we thinking? What's your position of need, Ryan?
All right. So we took Allen Robinson in free agency. We took Van Der Esch in free agency. And we took Marcus Williams in free agency. So for me, I don't love – look. Can we take a look at what the safety class looks like? Because right now I'm of the opinion that Ruckert will be there at 44 or 69.
He will. But here's what we try not to do. We try not to use the Sims ratings to our benefit. So,
but I think he would. I think he'll be there at 44. Like even in an ideal draft, because look, he didn't test at the combine and he didn't play at the Senior Bowl. So I think he will be there at 44 at least. So I have no problem.
We're at 44 now, right?
Oh, sorry. What's the pick after 44? Is it 69? Is that the next pick?
No, I thought we got another second. So it's 69. So we got an extra third. That's what it was. So we got 69, 73, and 98 coming up. But this is our last second round pick. So we just lost Trey McBride, and I think we should at least be considering our tight end right now. Now, Jake Ferguson, I don't think Wiedermeyer or Likely are really fits for us, what we're trying to accomplish, but Ruckert and Ferguson and Otten are. So I don't know what you guys are thinking, but we might want to consider tight end. I'm going to go back to the big board here.
Let's throw up a poll right now, like for position. Let's not talk specific player, but let's talk position. Let's say tight end, linebacker, wide receiver. I think those are the 3 that people are probably looking at right here.
And safety,
if you want to throw, safety, yeah. Let's throw those 4 in there. I would say based on our free agency. So let's see. I would say because we did not go wide receiver yet, I would go. Based on where I think Watson's going to go, I would say Watson here. But looking at how we've gone, I would say I'm not going tight end. There's still plenty of tight ends I like. I like Ruckert. I like Charlie Kolar. I like Jake Ferguson. There's a bunch of guys I like. I have no problem waiting on tight end right here.
Okay, so guys, a poll is up. If you don't see it, refresh your feed and it'll be there. We have the next position is between linebacker, tight end, safety, and wide receiver. So go ahead and give us your thoughts in the poll. and we will iron this down. We're going to start moving a little bit quicker, Ryan, because we're an hour and 15 minutes into this puppy, and
we're only in the second round. I didn't even think of that.
It'll move, but the polls are. Then this is a fantastic addition. Yet it's going to take a little bit, so that's okay. But I like it. So let us know the position that you want, and we will go ahead and make that selection. Then we'll refine it to players as well. So right now, it was linebacker. Wide receiver just took over linebacker. So let's look at the linebackers real quick. This is what we got here. Chad Muma, Christian Harris, Brandon Smith are all up top. It should be one of those three guys. If we're going to take a linebacker here, it would be out of that group. So we got Muma, Harris, and Brandon Smith. Let's go ahead and take a look at the safeties.
I was going to say Tyndall from Georgia probably rose a little bit after his combine too. He might be in that conversation. I would say Muma would be the guy of those three that I'd be looking at.
I like Christian Harris a bunch too, but I think the Jets, like Muma, they used him almost the entire Senior Bowl. So that says something to me. He was on the field almost the whole game. They wanted to look at him. You know what I mean? So we got Jalen Petrie, Leon O'Neal, Verone McKinley, Kirby Joseph. There's lots of good safeties up here. I think Petrie would be a very good pick.
I think Petrie might be the pick. I mean, when you're looking at who's available, that's just but Dotson's good too. I still like Pickens. I like Pickens and I like Watson. So I'm okay not going receiver, I think.
Well, that's how I see it too. I like Dotson, but I'm totally fine pushing that to 69 because there's going to be most likely there's going to be some guys there that we can get in the third with real solid value, man. Like you said, Pickens, Watson, and a few others. Wandale Robinson's another one I like. Even whether or not he's a fit is a different story. I just like him.
So they listed him. Robinson had an issue at the combine because they listed him 3 inches taller on his like school roster as opposed to the combine. So he's like 5'8" instead of 5'11".
Really?
Yeah, they're saying no
shady.
Receiver has. I think there's 2 receivers in the history of the league that ever had 1,000 yards that were under 5 foot. Or that were 5'8" or below, I think think that was the stat that I saw today. It's crazy.
All right. Well, there's 300 people in here. We only got 130 votes on the poll. I'm going to keep it up for 15 more seconds. Get your votes in. Right now, it's wide receiver, 37%, with linebacker at 31%. And then safety as 17 and tight end is 16. So, like I said, just a few more seconds. Get your votes in. Wide receivers pulling ahead even further. So just a few more seconds and we'll make sure it's firm. And then we'll look at the wide receivers. So I'm going to go ahead and put the wide receivers up again, Ryan.
Yeah. It looks like it's just going to edge it out. Yeah. Okay. If we're looking at this, it's got to be Dotson. I really like Dotson a lot. I thought he could go in the first round. So if you're getting him at, what are we, pick 44? That would be where I would probably go. Especially after Bell's combine. Bell is probably going to drop to the 3rd or 4th round.
Okay, so wide receiver 1, 35%. Linebacker came close with 32, so we're going to lose some linebackers right here. But these are the wide receivers. We got Dotson, Bell, Tolbert, Mechie, Dubs, Pickens. Who do you want? I'll make another quick poll.
So who do I want is definitely Watson. Of that entire group, like no questions asked. But of the power rankings, if we're going by it, I would say Dotson.
No, we don't have to use their power rankings. We take who we want. Like again,
I love Watson. I really, really like Watson. Dude, he's so fast. What was he? 4.36? Is that what it was his time? And then he had friggin' was it a 42-inch vertical? Crazy.
Yeah,
absolutely
he had a great combine.
Insane. I think
you're gonna have to understand that the typos are real, and and that's the way it's gonna be.
If I'm looking at this combine, and I'm if I wanted Watson or a receiver at 10, I would say I've completely flipped from going Wilson or London or Burks at 10 to going Watson at either 35 or 38, whichever one you think is a better fit. And I would say I'm better off going double dip on defense not knowing what free agency is. Double dip on defense, tight end, wide receiver, second round.
That's me, but the chat rules. So
Oh, no, that's fine. But I'm thinking out loud while you're doing the poll.
Okay, guys. So the poll is up. Refresh your feed. We have a choice between Dotson, Pickens, Watson, and Mechie. So we'll see which one we want here. Try to get your votes in right away. I would have taken linebacker there, but then again, I would have taken linebacker at 10. So there's that. Who knows? Who knows? But
dude, I think so. If you're looking wide receiver, I think this is the right pick by the chat because you're talking Allen Robinson, probably signed a 3-year deal. It's a 2-year contract with a team year option.
Correct.
Corey Davis is going into last year his contract. Whether you brought Berrios back or not probably has no factor in how you draft wide receiver. Yeah, look, for me, I would like Watson. I think, is better than the other 3 here. Pickens, I heard, was a personality issue. Dotson, I didn't think would be there. I'd have no problem with Mechie, but Watson, I like more.
I heard that about Pickens too. I did quite a bit on. I did Pickens early, and I fell in love with him.
He's great.
I didn't. I got to relook and see if that just somehow I didn't grab that, like the character concerns. But
so do you know how when you're a kid and your dad tells you that clouds are made by airplanes and not by humidity and whatever else goes on, and you just believe it, and you tell your first grade class that where do clouds come from? They're from airplanes, and they said, why would you say that? And you say your dad. Someone told me that, and I did not thoroughly research it, so I'm definitely blabbering it.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of that goes on right now. People hear shit on
I took
Twitter
it as fact.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it too, man. It's like in Waterboy. You know,
yes.
Mama says alligators are ornery because they got no toothbrush. Mama's wrong again. So, okay, it's Watson. Watson's crushing it, 47%. I'm ending the poll.
Especially after his combine. I think that's the right move. I really do.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's phenomenal, dude. I really think when you're looking at Elijah Moore and what Corey Davis can do, I think we could find a Corey Davis type receiver if we cut him after next year in free agency or the draft. I don't know if you could find a Watson like that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great, dude. I mean, that's a fantastic collection right now. And I still believe in Denzel Mims. I mean, I know people don't, but again, 23 years old, 1 bad year when he had 4 straight good ones. I think he's still got a chance, but hey,
Muma went just before us.
Look at that, Muma. So Christian Harris is still there. All right, so guys, we got 2 trades. The Chargers want us to go back 10 picks, and they'll give us next year's 4th. The Seattle Seahawks want to come back for more punishment, and they want us to go back to pick 108 and give them 150 or 146. They'll give us 115 and a third. So that doesn't interest me.
So we've got what? We took Hutchinson.
Hold on, I'll pull it up.
Yeah, what was it? It was Hutchinson, Gardner, Linderbaum. Holy crap. If we could wind up with this draft, regardless of like who we sign in free agency, I'm like all about it. Wow.
So this is something
it's got to be linebacker.
Yeah, this is something we need to keep in mind. We have 2 picks in the next 4 if we don't trade. So guys, remember the rules of the trade. Yes, and the team if you want it. Let me get the trade back up for you guys. And no if you don't. So we got the Chargers. They'll give us next year's 4th if we slide back 10 spots. The Seahawks is a mess. They want us to go back, 39 spots and give them 146. They'll raise 146 to 115 and give us a third next year. It's not bad value, but I wouldn't want to do it.
No, let's make the pick. I think we make the pick at this point because screw the Seahawks. I don't think they're going to want to trade with us. I think Joe Douglas tore them a new one last year or 2 years ago when we did the Jamal trade. And there's a few players that I'm keeping an eye on right now.
Hey, Stud City says I almost clicked restart. Did I? Get the fuck out.
I didn't see that.
Where's that? Oh, no way. I didn't even see that there. Get your hands away from that restart button.
Oh, good. Dude, that would be awesome.
No,
Okay.
don't even mess around. All right. So guys, we're not going to take the trades. We have picks 69 and 73. All right. So what positions we want? Well, we were just talking about linebackers and tight ends and safeties.
Yep.
So
Those would be the
put
three.
I'll put up another poll real quick. We'll make this one short.
Yeah, let's just do those three because I think those are the three that we got to look at. So what are we at? Tight end, safety, linebacker. Go to the big board. Let's do.
The fuck just happened? I just fucked up something.
Yeah, you just said yes, no. End the poll. End the poll.
Yeah, all right. I was like, I don't know what happened because there's like a delay on my clicks right now. So
yeah, it happens with
weird.
me too. I should use the polls more, but I usually wind up rambling and BSing, and I don't actually type them when I do stuff. I wish I could make one of my moderators able to do polls.
Yes, that would be
nice because then I could do the polls while you're talking.
Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to do that next. We got to figure that out.
Click on the all players button. I'm curious to see where the power rankings are.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Okay, here's what we got. I'm making this poll. We're going to go tight end and we're going to go safety. Don't forget about safety, guys. This is a strong safety class and we're letting them all slip by. All right, the poll is up. Go ahead and refresh your feed and tell us we have linebacker, we have safety, and we have tight end. So here's the big board. I'll make it larger for you guys. Christian Harris is up top alongside of Jalen Wiedermeyer. We have Myjai Sanders, Darian Kennard's there, who I like a bunch. Boye Mafe, we can double dip on edge, man, and make sure we get this right this year. Ed Ingram, who I don't think the Jets have on their board. Leon O'Neal, safety. Mm-hmm. Nick Benito, another nice edge rusher. Brandon Smith, Quay Walker, Alec Lindstrom. Go on.
I just want to let you know, every time that I vote on a topic and it becomes the most popular vote, it makes me feel really good. I don't know if that's how everyone feels, but like, it makes me feel good that I picked the right one. It's like, I know I did it right.
You feel like you're
the wrong one last one. I picked, I don't know. Did I pick safety line? I might have picked safety last time.
All right, linebackers crushing it. I'm going to give it another 15 seconds, and then we'll move on, and we'll start. So I'm going to put up linebackers just so we can be looking at it. So here we go. We got Christian Harris up top with Brandon Smith, Quay Walker, Asamoah. There's Tyndall, Damon Clark. Darian Beavers is another one I really like, and I'm in love with Leo Chenal. Have you taken a look at Leo Chenal yet?
I have not. No, that's a little too far down for where I was possibly thinking linebacker. I'm thinking 4th round. What is that? Actually, yeah. What did that be? 102, 105, somewhere around there. I would say if Beavers is there, that would probably be the route I'd go. Tyndall and is it Walker? The two Georgia tight end or two Georgia linebackers had great combines. And I guess you might have to worry about Cincinnati playing like, I don't want to say, you want to favor the SEC teams because they're playing like elite competition. So if you're looking at a Clark, if you're looking at a Tyndall or Harris, I think you just go top of your board. If Harris is the guy, just pull the trigger and make that selection, I think.
Sorry, something happened with all my power. Hold on, there it goes.
No,
I got real nervous. I got a warning says your computer's dying and my lights went off. I'm like, what the hell's going on? What happened?
Oh no, we're talking too much.
Yeah. Okay. So all right, I'm gonna end the poll.
Let's go the top linebacker. I think most people are thinking Harris.
All right, I'm ending the poll. Linebacker got it. So we got Christian Harris. Christian Harris would be my pick here. Is that what you're thinking in the chat? Christian Harris? I see a bunch of Harrises.
Yeah, and you know what? I almost think it's more important to know the position at the pick than the pick necessarily. Like as much as I want to know the player, but like understanding their importance to what our thought process is, I think is almost more important.
So Jets Forever is letting us know that every single player is a bust. He's going through the list. Thanks, Jets Forever. He's like, everybody you like sucks.
They're all terrible.
No,
right.
you know, it's a funny thing. And remember, when you're talking about 4th, 5th round picks, they're not busts. They just
Nah,
didn't
dude.
work. Busts
A
is for the top of the draft. You
yeah,
know,
dude. A sixth
That
round
term.
pick, a sixth
Well,
round
but-
pick has a 6% chance of hitting. That's crazy. Like,
right.
like you can't call any pick in the 6th round a bust. You call it a great pick, but you can't call it a bust. I would say
Right,
first,
exactly.
second rounds are busts. Thirds
Yes,
would be like
that's the term.
disappointing.
Right. So Jets forever, get your terminology right, brother. Remember, 5th. I mean, we're not in that round, so it's still a premium pick. So you got a point, but
Yeah, for sure.
you know, it's still all right. So we're gonna take Christian Harris. That's who the voting. That's who's got it. Here he comes, linebacker. Don't forget, guys, this guy started all of his years from his freshman year.
Rucker, make
Okay.
it happen. Tight end, baby.
All right. We have 2 trade offers, my friends. The Eagles want us to go back 10 picks. They'll give us 123 for that, right? But they want to come up and grab our guy, I think. The Bucks want us to go back to 91, throw in 163, and they'll give us next year's 3rd. So,
Nope, give me
guys,
Rucker.
again, do we want to take the trade? If yes, say the team. Yes, and the team. If not, just say no in the chat. Let's see where we are.
We need a second tight end. We got Dalton Schultz. Let's go.
Hey, we got Ali in the house. What's up, Ali? Good to see you, buddy.
Oh, fun fact. I didn't tell Matt or GreenBean, but Ali's going to join us tomorrow on the Talking Jets panel.
Well, you want to know how I already knew?
Because I posted a thumbnail.
Because you got a thumbnail with Ali's beautiful face on there.
Yeah, I should probably tell these guys. Well,
That's all right.
It's all right. Surprise.
That's okay. Jason Valente wants to trade.
I don't think it's a bad trade, but I'd be very disappointed if we lost Rucker to the Eagles.
Right.
we
Iowa
have enough
Jetsfan
picks.
wants us to know that a vote for a tight end is a vote for freedom. So it's very important. It's very important. Jetsfan 4 says, hey, man, let's go and get Mafe and make sure our edge position is secure. It's not a bad thought, but we do need a tight end, and we did already address it. So, no, the no's have it for the trade, clearly. There's a couple people that want it. So what is our pick? We got I'm gonna do a poll. We're gonna go Boye Mafe. We got to get a safety too. So we're gonna go
Leon O'Neal.
Rucker. I know what you're saying.
Man, I can't believe they have Rucker so low. Are Jet fans just overvaluing him? Because if we can get him in the 4th or 5th round, I would 100% be like, let's just wait on tight end and just grab him then. But I feel like people are going to want him in the 2nd or 3rd round. I don't think he makes it past the 3rd.
He's not. This sim is stupid. It is. What's that? We got tight end, we got safety, and I'm going to add or Boye Mafe.
Iowan Jets fan goes, the poll is just 2 choices, Ruckert or Ruckert.
Yeah. I put in there, we got tight end, safety, or Mafe. What do you got? There you go.
All right.
Don't forget about safety,
look,
guys.
Safety's an issue. I mean, look, we got Marcus Williams and Ashton Davis back there. I would love to know if we brought back LaMarcus Joyner, then maybe you know,
but we don't even know what he is. You know what I mean?
No, I don't. But like the thing is, like he got moved to nickel at the Raiders, and I think that is what kind of ruined him because before that he was a really good safety. So I'm hoping he can return to form, but after an Achilles injury, look, he's not. But I'm not expecting him to be anything good. But if you can get him for $1 million, like that's a worthwhile safety.
So, okay, guys, the poll is up.
Mm-hmm.
The poll is up. Let us know what you want. If it's tight end, it's going to be Ruckert. If it's safety, it's going to be Leon O'Neal, I think. Let me just double check on the safeties. Yeah, Leon O'Neal, who's, as Dom C says, potentially the biggest hitter in the whole entire draft. So at the position. So he would be a good one. I also like McKinley. So there's a couple good safeties there, but we got to get on this. We got to get on this safety thing. So, all right, what is the poll saying? Tight end. Yeah, it's crushing
Let's go it. Rucker.
All right, well, I'm gonna end the poll. Tight end's got it. It's like 3/4.
It's like 75.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and get the tight ends up.
I don't
Jake
care.
Ferguson is still there. Wow. All right, Jeremy Ruckert is coming back home.
I think Ruckert's better than Ferguson. I don't like Ferguson as much. I think he's fine. I have no problem taking him as a second tight end.
Yeah. No, I feel the same way. Ruckert is a stud, dude. He's produced numerous years in college. He's not this sim. They're just I don't know. They're sleeping on him. All right.
Well,
so
I think a lot of people are, and I think you know what I think we've seen almost the ceiling of McBride. If people said they wanted Ruckert over McBride, I'm okay with that. Like it doesn't bother me really.
Yeah, I don't know. McBride seems like a perfect tight end for us, but Ruckert is a similar guy.
Yeah,
I
would
Ruckert.
say
I'd be happy.
If you said McBride in the second or Ruckert in the third,
yeah,
I'd probably take Ruckert in the third.
Well, and don't forget too, we got Dalton Schultz in our free agency. Don't forget, guys, we already went through free agency. I already grabbed Ruckert, so now we are sitting at pick number 98. We have, hold on a second. So we have 98, and the next pick is 12 picks later. And we still got a whole shitload of picks. 98, 110, 116, 146. So we're doing okay. We got pick 98. We got 2 trade offers. Slide back to 107 and give them the 7th that we got in an earlier trade for pick 144. Oh, that's the only offer. What do you think, Ryan? You want this trade? Let me know in the chat if you want the Panthers trade, everybody. What do you think, Ryan?
Can we look at who's on the board just to see the all? Or can we not see that if we're
totally? Yeah. Leon O'Neal is still there.
I was going to say we still need a safety.
We need a running back too. Ooh, Rashad White. Oh man. Here's what I want to do. I want to take Leon O'Neal and I want to take Rashad White with the next pick. That's what I want. Just putting it out there. So D. Vieira says yes to the trade. Everybody else is saying no. Green Truth is looking at it as in an interesting way, right? So he's saying,
move up. Yeah.
Hold on.
Slide back, but move up at the same time. I don't know. I could go either way. I would say based on.
So we slide back 9 picks, and then you're moving up from 228 to 144, which is a huge jump.
It's like almost 60 picks.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Like 2 rounds. Let's say take the trade. I would take the trade to slide back 10 picks because as much as I want safety,
but we're going to lose.
Go running back.
We're going to lose them.
But we got Marcus Williams. We got our 3rd round pick in Ashton Davis. Maybe we have Marcus Joyner. I could live with that.
And we could take McKinley later too, who's another good one.
Yeah, I could live with that. I think I'd take the Panthers trade.
So, but they're saying no. I want to take the trade too, but they're saying no. I'm going to make a short poll. Let's make a short poll and see.
Yeah, I don't mind going safety. I think that's a fine pick. I think the 60 picks up in from 228 is the way to look at this one, I think.
Oh shit. Okay. Sorry guys. Let me see here.
No, I just go say yes or no. Yes.
No,
trade,
I ended it.
Oh, no.
It's not still up there, right? Oh, here we go. Okay. So yes, no for the trade. I'm just going to put it up there. You guys know what it is. Refresh your feed in 3, 2, 1, go. And it's up there. So Joey says, by the way, Nick Cross is the best safety in the entire draft. I didn't look at him, but I think that's probably inaccurate. What do you like about him, Joey? What is it?
I haven't looked at Nick Cross at all. So
yeah, nor have I.
I was going to say I could not provide any insightful thoughts on that.
Yeah. So there's a comment in there that says Bernard Raymond from Joe Campione is Joe Douglas type of guy. Maybe. And we could, hey man, we can go tackle. We only brought in Brandon Shell as insurance. We're counting on Becton and Fant. We still have Chuma Edoga, of course, and we may or may not have what's his name? McDermott. So
Nick Cross is a
beast.
Safety.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of his stats. So Pro Football Focus gave him an overall grade. So from 2019 to now, he's actually gone down each of the last 3 years. He went from an 81.4 to a 77.7 to a 67.7. Not that that's necessarily everything. but it's not nothing. Seems like he plays deep most of the time. A third of the time he's in the box. Best games were against Virginia Tech, West Virginia, Kent State, and Ohio State, and Michigan State. So not awful.
Yeah, like FOC is saying, he keeps forgetting about the free agents. Like we can't don't forget, guys. We did a bunch of stuff. We're gonna look at this whole offseason when we're done here, and we're gonna see what we did. I mean, so far we're crushing it. It might not be exactly the guys that I wanted, but the guys that we got are good. I mean, we're doing a good job here tonight, in my opinion. So let's end this poll. 54% say take the trade. So we're gonna go ahead and do it. I'll try a little counteraction. Let's see what we got over here. Give me this. Give me this too. They said no. Let's see if we can get a little seventh action. It's unlikely, but why not ask? Nope. Okay. So we're going to accept the trade and see who they wanted. Let's see who they're trading up for. Rasheed Walker.
Desmond Clark. Or
there
Damon
goes
Clark.
Raymond. There goes Alec Pierce. There goes Leon O'Neal. Jesse, look
Tariq
at all
Woolen.
these guys. Oh,
Tariq
man,
Woolen,
that was-
6th fastest 40 time. I'm
Wow.
making the pick here.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to make this pick. So we were talking about safety and running backs. So the running backs, I mean, these guys are going to go now. Jerome Ford and Rashad White. I would love Rashad White. Don't forget the Jets used him more than any other offensive player in the Senior Bowl. There's a reason for that. And he did quite well. He had the most yards and the most average per carry. Plus, he would have had that touchdown without the penalty. So Rashad White did a good job. Now let's take a look at the safeties, who we got left. Oh, McKinley's gone too. So we got J.T. Woods out of Baylor, Yusef Corker out of Kentucky, Sterling Weatherford. Smoke Monday is a fan favorite. We also got Quentin Lake is out there. So there's quite a few guys still there. We're definitely in a lower tier. But so we have a choice between running back and safety. We have 107 and 110. So for me, I'm taking the running back right now because they're going to go. That's me.
Which one you want?
Rashad White. That's who I want. But I wouldn't be happy with Ford. I mean, wouldn't be unhappy with Ford. Yeah, Jets forever. Rashad White's a bust. Almost every player I've said, he said is a bust.
So Ford and White both run in the 4.4s. So 4.46 and 4.48 for Ford and White, respectively. So they're within range of what the Shanahan LaFleur tree seems to like. Safety wise, Nick Cross ran a 4.34. JT Woods, the top safety left from Baylor, 4.36. I would probably err on the side of safety, but if you want to go running back, I'm totally fine with that too. It depends what happens. If we brought back, I think we're more likely to bring back Coleman than we are to bring back Joyner, but I'm totally good with either way. I think they're both good directions.
All right.
And Dax Hill's still available. Dax Hill, I think he's still sitting around.
No, I don't think he is. Hold on, let me look.
Do
you see him? Do you see him?
No. What are we in
gone.
the third round? Oh no. Oh geez, that is the safety list. Never mind.
Yeah. So all right, the poll is up. Running back or safety. Again, we got to be smart. The safeties that are there, we lost this tier of safety. Leon O'Neal, McKinley, they're gone. So the next tier is going to be, there's a batch of them. We have JT Woods, we have Yusef Corker, Weatherford, Smoke Monday, Quentin Lake. We can grab Nick Cross for our buddy if you want. But the running backs are about to go. We still have this tier left in the running back. So I got it up. I got the poll up. Running back or safety? What do you guys want? Here's the running backs. We just looked at safeties.
Oof, everyone wants running back. Wow. I picked the wrong one. I picked safety.
Did you? Yeah. Okay.
I did. What were who are the top guys? We got Ford, White, Batty, Cook.
And then we got Brian Robinson from Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He has
a
problem in
like 100-ish.
Damian
right?
Pierce. Let's see. What pick are we at? What are we at? 98 or 110? Hold on. So we have picks 107 and 110 right now. So we got to grab the guy.
Both.
Yeah, we could do both. I'm just saying, like, running backs are going to go. We're at 107, and these guys are not going to make it to 110. At least one of them's not. So
let's go running back.
But the poll is 76%. We're ending the poll. Clearly, it's running back. So there it goes.
Help your quarterback. I think that's.
So now we got Jerome Ford, Dameon Pierce, or Rashad White. Here we go. Poll's coming up. Rashad White. And I hate that this takes such a delay on my computer here, man. I would get him up faster. White,
nah, dude, it lags on mine too. It's not just yours. It's a YouTube thing.
White, Ford, or Pierce coming right up. That's what I'm saying, Iowa Jets fan. Herm Edwards coach Rashad White. Let's get him.
There you go. You play to win
the game.
The game.
Yeah. So let's see what we got here. So the poll is up, my friends. We are going running back per your votes, and we are going to pick between Rashad White, Dameon Pierce, and or Jerome Ford. So just make sure you vote. Cadoza says hello. Hello, Cadoza. What you doing, buddy?
Ooh, what's good, dude?
Goes, hello. Hello. Algier's another one, but is he still? He's not up there. I mean, these guys, you got to look at who's up there, guys. You know, and people's like, get this guy.
No. Draft McBride now.
Yeah, McBride, get him. All right, so let's see what we got here. I'm going to look at the poll. White is 56%.
That's got to be way higher than everyone else.
Ford
right?
is 27%. Yeah. Pierce. I'm going to give it 15 more seconds, Ryan. 15 seconds.
Got to vote, boys and girls. Got to vote. I would say the poll function words is probably one of my favorite things of YouTube.
What's
both
that?
In the poll function, both in the community tab and in the chat.
Yeah, this poll just changed everything.
It's
poll
so much
changed
fun.
It all. Yeah, changed it all because now I don't have to count votes. I was counting them like a moron.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
you should have told me.
I don't know. Yeah, you don't know what you don't know. I thought I couldn't do it because I'm trying to operate it through StreamYard, you know?
Sure,
so Mudmiles checks in. He says, evening, guys. This is going to be the only draft or there will be another one tonight? No, this is it, dude. This is a 2.5 hour draft. I think we're good. All right. So let's see what the poll says. We're going to end it right now. White's got it. So we're going to go ahead and take Rashad White. Good pick, guys. Good pick. That's my pick, too. It's finally I got my guy that I wanted. Rashad White coming to town. Now we're at 110. Since safety was the other choice, we're going to go to safety right now. We're not going to muddy the water. Here's the safeties.
Woods, take it. Don't even consider it. Just pull the trigger. Dude ran a crazy fast 40. Smoke Monday's a cool name, but JT Woods, super fast.
Super fast. That's all Ryan cares about. 40 time, baby.
I was a sprinter in high school. It's my claim to fame was my
that's your thing.
Speed. That's it.
Okay.
I got nothing.
See, I was not a sprinter. I was more of a smoker.
I was not. I was very I ran track. I did cross country. I was the kicker for the football team and punter. Not super big. I was small. Not a big dude.
No, I was small. I told you I was one of the smallest kids in high school. Even my junior year, I was 4'11".
What? No way, dude. Okay, so I was bigger than you. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I came back my senior year. I was 6 foot.
Oh,
and all of a sudden, the football coaches wanted to talk to me again. I'm like, dude, I'm already a drug addict. I'm done.
You missed the boat. You should have got me 2 years ago.
I played my freshman and sophomore year. I was so small. They were, they never used me.
Yeah, you don't get to play. You get banged up.
I fucking worked my ass off in practice to sit on the sideline and get thrown in 3 plays at the end of the game. Then I came back. I played a lot of semi-pro stuff and flag. I played like really high-level flag against all kinds of NFL guys. That's where I was good. I kicked ass. All right, so we're going to take JT Woods. Now, Ryan, I'm going to give you the next pick at 116. This is Ryan's pick right after we talk about this trade. 116 in next year's 5th for 125 and 164. What do you think, Ryan? This is all you.
Click the all tab. I'm curious to see who's available because I'm not sure who I'm looking at and who I'm dropping back to.
Yeah, we might want to consider some tackles, some guards.
I can't believe Beavers is still there. I like Beavers. Scroll down a little bit. I'm just curious.
So do I, dude. I mean, Jets Forever said he's going to be a bust.
Oh, dude, we already took a running back. I really like James Cook. He's really good. Yeah, I do. I think he's really good.
Look, Cade Mays is still here. Get some offensive linemen. You can do that. You can back up cornerback. We got a lot of cornerbacks now, though.
We probably have – I would bet that guard from our Senior Bowl team is probably still available.
Cole Strange? Let's see.
Yeah.
No, he's gone.
Really?
Wait, maybe they have him at center. Hold on. No, he's gone.
No, he's gone.
Cade Mays is still there, though. I like Cade Mays. Oh, no, there he is. Cole Strange. There he is. I went right past him. He'd be a good one.
So what is he? He's 200. I do like him a lot.
Yeah, but don't look at the ratings. No. Don't worry about that. Just take the guy you want. You know what I mean? Because their ratings are bullshit.
Okay, let's go to all real quick and do a quick scroll, and then if not, I'll do Strange.
All right, so we got Cade Otton. We got a cornerback. We got defensive tackle Matthew Butler. Got a quarterback. You can grab him. Tight end Trey Barry. Linebacker Darian Beavers. Nothing wrong with grabbing another linebacker.
I would say Beavers and Cook are the two guys I'm looking at right there that I really like a lot. But based on where we've gone already, I think I like Kolar a lot too.
So what do you got?
Who did we take for offensive line? We got Linderbaum. Did we get a guard?
That's it. No, that's all we did. We got Linderbaum. Let's see.
And we got Kappa in free agency.
Yes.
Yeah, let's take the guard.
Kappa.
Yeah, because Kappa might get cut, after 2 years. Let's take a guard. I think that's the right move.
Strange?
Sure.
Or Cade Mays? Who do you want?
Nah, we'll go Strange. Why not?
All right. So Ryan's bringing Cole Strange on the team here. Where'd he go?
Yeah, it's a Senior Bowl thing.
Right.
Regardless of draft position, I think we're going to do a lot of Senior Bowl stuff.
And I'm going to take the last pick. So what do we got here? Oh, there goes Leo Chanel. I was planning to take him I wanted him. All right. So we got a couple picks left. And then, like I said, we're going to do our comparison of our division rivals as well, guys. So that's always fun. See how they did versus what we did. Hawk says we can never have enough running backs.
I really like the Georgia running back. Big fan. Catch out of the backfield. Dude, he's fast too.
All right, so we have two picks real quick here, 144 and 146, and then we only have 163 left. Don't forget, we traded our 7th that we gained. So we have 3 picks in a hurry here. So
let's say pick 163 as a kicker. Like, let's just screw it. Like it's a need. Like,
it is.
We'll just say it.
All right, so here's what we got, just to recap, so we kind of, we can get lost in the sauce here. We got Aiden Hutchinson, Sauce Gardner, Tyler Linderbaum, Christian Watson, Christian Harris, Jeremy Ruckert, Rashad White, JT Woods, and guard Cole Strange. So what is the chat thinking, Ryan? What are they thinking? We're talking depth pieces here. Let's look at
we have so many picks and so much cap space and so many pieces that we've added that we're going to purge the bottom part of our roster, which is fantastic.
Totally. So here's what we got as far as edge rushers. If we're thinking of double dipping, we got Jeffrey Gunter, Alex Wright, D'Angelo Malone, Trey Williams, Tyreek Smith, and we got Amari Barno, the fastest edge rusher in history, I think. He's up there.
I will be honest, I don't know any of the edge rushers left. So if I had to, I guess I would go with the fast guy.
Yeah, because you love it. You love some speed, baby.
I love some speed. That's just it. I have no idea I don't know where I'd go.
Can't coach speed. We could double dip at safety. Let's take a look at the tight ends. Lucas Cole Turner. Kolar's still here. He's not here.
Is he? No, he's gone.
Cole Turner's there though.
Cole
Who
Turner.
else?
So he was the wide receiver from Nevada, changed to tight end.
Correct.
Did not have. Oh, Jelani Woods.
Jelani Woods. It says Oklahoma State, but he's really UVA. He transferred last year. I love Jelani Woods, and that's another one. Dom C.
Freak RAS score.
That's right. Dom C. put him in his article for GreenbeanJetsfan.com a month and a half ago, talking about Jelani Woods. Now everybody's joined the fray. Everybody's on board, but I want to remind everybody, Dom C. was way ahead of the curve on this guy. Quite a few guys, actually. And you can find those articles at GreenbeanJetsfan.com. We just released his running back article today. Very, very good article. I enjoyed reading it, and you guys will too. So Van Valkenburg, that's one of our favorites on this stream, Ryan. Van Valkenburg.
I have
like
not.
a warrior.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've never watched him, but if we drafted him and I had to put that last name in a video, I would hate myself all the time. It'd be awful. Right. It doesn't fit on any thumbnails. It doesn't
it's like writing Ross. It's like writing Ross Pierschbacher.
Yeah,
so
it's crazy.
All right, so guys, what position do we want? I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna make a poll. I'm just gonna pick a couple random positions. So it's double dip time potentially. Safety, tight end. We could use a tackle. We could start pipelining some guys.
D tackle. I didn't even think of that. That's a sneaky position to need.
Yeah, I know, defensive tackle. I'm trying to avoid it.
I know, I hate it, but like it's definitely there. It's definitely there.
All right, so I put up there safety, tight end, tackle, and wide receiver. Let's see what we got. Refresh your feed and let's get some votes in. We got 0 votes as it stands now. Let's go in there and vote in the poll. We got 3 picks left, and I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do too. We have 3 picks in a row. So these next 2 picks are 1 pick between them. So whatever the number 2 option is will be our second pick. What do you think of that, Ryan?
Whatever the number 2. Yeah, I like that. I think that makes sense. And then we go with,
Rob 25 Lagoon wants a kicker now.
It's midnight, so all my lights clicked off. Hey, Google, turn on the studio. Watch this.
Oh, hey,
magic.
Truck, turn on
the truck.
Turn on the.
I'm a magician.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn my truck off. Let me see. Fucking gas prices. I can't keep it burning all night. Let's see. So let's take a look at the wide receivers too. While the poll goes on, we'll take a look at what's left at wide receiver. Oh, we got Shakir. Let's see. Oh, Amika Amizi. A lot of people like him. Bo Melton's there, one of our local boys. Tyquan Thornton, there he is. There's the speed demon. Who else we got? Yeah, this is the part of the draft where your scouts make their money, man. Anybody can talk about pick 4, you know?
Yeah, dude. Scouts, Senior Bowl. This is where these picks come into play because I have looked through probably the 4th or 5th round, and I have not gone further because I'm not trying to trade for more picks. I mean, I'm fine with doing it, but like I think, like you've said, adding the blue chippers, adding the talent is more important than the quantity, I think.
Yeah, totally, man. Especially this year, like we need to, like Joe Douglas has been compiling players and picks. It's time to get some freaks. It's time to get high caliber guys that can be an impact. All right, so I'm going to end the poll. Tackles got it with tight end second. So here we go. We're going to look at the tackles. We're looking at them right now. We got Obina Easy. Somebody was just talking to me about him. Max Mitchell, Kellen Deach, Jalen McKenzie. So throw your tackles in the chat. I'm just going to do a quick scan and we're going to grab one of these guys. Do you have a preference?
So my preference, and it's for no other reason other than I really like his father, and that's Vrabel from Boston College. I think when you have family lineage in football.
Where is he?
I think
I don't see him.
he may not be there. That would be my.
Oh, there he
my
is.
pick
Tyler
later on.
Vrabel. They have him
Yep.
rated their 457th top player.
Yeah, I like the family connection. I think his dad is really smart. I would bet the apple did not fall too far from the tree. He would be my pick as a developmental tackle late in a draft.
Okay, so Ryan's making the case for Vrabel's boy. Yeah, Paris. Gas here in the last 3 days, it went from 389, 3 days, to 467.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm not going to be able to make it, dude. I'm running out of money, dude. I really am.
I'm at last week it was 379, but that I was passing a Luke Oil, so maybe that was like lower than it should have been. But now it's regulars 429, and I drive a WRX, so I have to put premium in my car. So it's like, it's like 469. Like,
diesel's more expensive than all of it. I got diesel, brother. It's fucking killing me.
That shit sucks. Dude, do you remember when diesel was like way cheaper than everything else? Yeah, it was the cheapest for the longest time.
The longest time in about 2000 and
2000
that stopped. 2008, 2010.
Well, it had to be before that, because in 2007 and 8, when I started driving, I was paying what we're paying now. I was paying like $240 for regular, $230 for regular in Jersey. But I remember going out west with my family, like just before 9/11. It was probably 2000 or like summer 2001. And we paid, I think it was like 97 cents in like Nevada. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like 20 bucks to fill like a heavy car.
Yeah, it's literally killing me. I'm paying like $120 a tank. Like I can't. I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm not going to be able to make it.
That is one way to preach the Patreon.
That's right, man. That's a good segue,
right?
Guys. If you want to help me stay afloat out here, you can join my Patreon, and the link is right in the description of the video. But the thing is, it's not charity. You get all kinds of additional shit. I give you live streams, and we hang out and all kinds of fun stuff. If you go on the Patreon, and tier 3 even gets to host one of these mocks. We got Iowa Jetsfan coming on soon. I'm waiting to see when the other guy can do it. So you get to be a co-host on the show, plus you get a t-shirt, all kinds of fun shit. So if you want to get on my Patreon and help me out here, click that link and pick a tier. Tier 3 is my recommended tier, and you'll have a good time with us. But Cadoza is saying check guard, but we drafted Linderbaum and Cole Strange, Cadoza. So we already got 2 interior offensive linemen, so we're trying to spread it out a little bit. Yeah, I think Deitch is my guy too. But guys like Max Mitchell. So I'm looking over I'm seeing a few Max Mitchells. Let me see. Hey, look at Paris. Thank you, Paris, for gas. There you go. There's
Look at him go. That's a good dude.
That is.
That'll get you 17 miles in that truck.
Hey, that's about 2 gallons. So when I'm pulling my rig, I get 9 to 10 miles a gallon. So that's 20 miles. That's all it gets. But hey, I appreciate it.
It gets you to the next city.
Let's see. You don't know how gas prices work. What are you talking about, Mikey Mouse? What are you saying? But thank you, Paris. I appreciate it. All right, we're going to go ahead and take Deitch. That's what it is. So here we go. Tackle 1 and tight end was next. So we're going to take Deitch, and then the next pick is mine. And I'm going to show you who I pick. Kellen Deitch is coming to town. We're getting some pipeline behind Brandon Shell. Now I'm going to take my UVA buddy who lit up the combine, turned a bunch of heads. Here he comes. Jelani Woods, tied for the biggest tight end in the class. I think he's like an 1/8 inch less than the tallest guy, but he's the biggest tight end in the class. Great hands, good blocker. Jelani Woods coming to town. And now we are going to come around the mountain to our final pick, Ryan. Now, you were saying kicker. Guys, I'm going to make a poll. I'm going to make one last poll here. And we're going to say, here we go. We're going to say, oh, fuck you. I put it up there. It's like, it just keeps sticking and I hit it. You know,
I know, dude. It's slow. It's something with YouTube. It's not like the best.
All right, so we're gonna say kicker. Oh my God, I gotta end it. All right. How about this? I'm not doing a poll. Kicker or safety? Do you want to double dip at safety or kicker? Oh, Green Truth, thank you. He's like the Give Green Bean a Gallon Fund. Thank you. I appreciate it, Green Truth.
We'll get them 10 miles at a time. We'll get them back here. We'll get them back to New Jersey. We'll get them back for opening day.
You guys got me 25 miles so far, so we're good. I'm in. So we got a couple safeties. I'm Eminon. What's up, Eminon? He says, I want a kicker. Orphanage Builder DeGrom says kicker. Greg Van Halen says safety. GVH. Best Cadoza wants the BPA. So let's see who that is real quick. On their board, it's Lucas Krull. We just took a tight end, so move it down. They want a guard, like you were saying, Cadoza. So we got Chasen Hines up there, but I think kicker's winning. It looks like kicker, right, Ryan?
Yeah, well, it's also because like it's such a big position of need, and if you can get one in the 6th or 7th round, and it's probably, if it's not the best, it's probably the 2nd best kicker in college. But it's such a crapshoot. Like you can get one in free agency. I don't know.
Yeah,
I wouldn't take a punter or kicker this year.
No, well, Cade York is the best kicker in the country. Burkick is right there too. Andrew Mevis looked like shit in the Senior Bowl, and his name is literally what we called Darrelle Revis when he wanted his money and kept holding out. So I can't bring that energy to the. So we're going to go ahead.
You're going New York.
We're going to take Cade New York. I love it. That's a good way to look at it.
God.
Cade York coming to town. So let's let this run for a minute. And what we're going to do is we are going to look at our division
that was
rivals.
The 5th round. That wasn't even like the 6th. Holy smokes!
I know. We got a little while to let it run, but we'll let it run to down in the 200s, and we'll see what our division rivals did before we recap our entire night. Don't forget, we got to look at our free agency. I think we made our team better, significantly better.
100%, dude. I think we're stacked.
We're
going to have so many players. The depth of our team is going to be incredible.
Right. You know what? You said it a really good way. Like we supplanted our entire bottom end of the roster tonight. That's what we did.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude.
Right,
if you can get rid of those players that are like I don't even know who to use an example of. I feel bad doing it, but yeah, bottom end of the roster guys. Like you don't want to see like the 5th string safety out there. If you can, if Ashton Davis could be your worst safety, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. Like, look, with all due respect and as much promise as some of these guys have, the Jeff Smiths, the Vincent Smiths of the world, like, dude, they've been here for 3-4 years. Like, it's time. Just go. You can't do any, like it's time to move on and bring in some young legs.
Yeah,
all right.
100%.
So we're going to go ahead and stop the draft right here. I don't think there's any more division picks. No, we're good. So, okay, let's take a look. First thing we're going to do, let's take a look at the Buffalo Bills and see what they did tonight. So they started with Zion Johnson. Then they grabbed
37.
Yeah. Well, he made it to the 2nd round, so not bad.
I like it.
Cornerback Martin Emerson. Then they grabbed edge rusher Nick Bonito, defensive tackle Zachary Carter, running back Abram Smith. Then they double dipped that safety with Marquise Bell and Bubba Bolden. They grabbed another running back, Pierre Strong Jr. and edge Christopher Allen. So what are you guys giving Buffalo?
Pierre Strong, was he the 2nd fastest running back at the combine? I think he was 2nd or 3rd.
Was he?
I'm pretty sure it's the Jackrabbit, right? Pretty sure that's what South Dakota State is.
I don't know. So, hey, thank you, Orphanage Builder DeGrom. He says, you already know I had to give 66 cents to y'all. Now, there you go. Well, thank you. All right. So what are you guys giving Buffalo? ADP gives him a big fat F. We're looking at some C's. Cadoza gave him a B. Cadoza says that's actually a strong draft for what they need. You know, the rumor that they want Berrios, you hear that? I heard that rumor. I don't want him going.
It wouldn't shock me. I mean, if I was Berrios' agent, I would be pushing that in a heartbeat because you're trying to compete with Buffalo. And I said it earlier. I said it with I don't know if I said it on my live stream about Ridley or not, but when you have as much cap space as the Jets have right now and all the free agents are getting sucked up, I would rather pay Berrios and I would rather pay Foley Fatukasi than paying an outside free agent, because we're going to have $50 million and we're not going to have enough money to spend on free agents, or we're going to have too much money to spend on the free agents that want to come here.
Right. Get your guys. Like Joe Douglas said it in his press conference, man, about Berrios.
Yeah.
He said, you want to keep the guys that are doing things the right way. So why the fuck isn't he paid? Just get him.
Yep.
Give him the $7 million. Just give it to him.
I think he will. I think that's what's going to happen. I think you'll see, like, we hit free agency and then it's just,
Think he just doesn't want to show his hand yet? You think that's what's going on?
Well, I think he wants to see who's available, because if Schultz is available, you're going to allocate more money to that. If Godwin's available, you're going to allocate more money to that. But if everything's sucked up, I think you can pay Berrios $9 million if there's not enough free agents out there.
Yeah. I mean, look, we don't want to see him paid $9 million, but dude, keep the guy around. Do what you got to do. Work with him. All right, here's the Miami Dolphins. They started with offensive tackle Trevor Penning as a first-round pick. Interesting pick. Breece Hall, they get arguably the best running back in the draft at 50. Then they followed it with safety Kirby Joseph, a good safety. Running back Brian Johnson. They grabbed linebacker Leo Chanel. We're going to have to look at him. Even though Jets Forever says he's a bust, I disagree. Center Cameron Jurgens. They said that he gets jergy with it. They you know what his nickname is? Beef Jergy. That's his nickname.
Love it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
This is a good Dolphins draft.
It is a good Dolphins draft. Then they got speedy edge rusher Amari Barno, and then another edge rusher, Ali Fayed. So what are you guys giving them? What's your letter grade for them?
I would say they should have taken a tight end, I think. With Gesicki going into the final year of his deal, whether they franchise tag him or not, I think it's a smart move to go tight end. But I don't know. I mean, maybe they extended him before this and it's not on their radar. But I would have gone tight end if I was Miami at some point in the draft.
Yeah, I think this is a solid B+ for them, man. Like, really, I think it's a good draft.
Absolutely.
Hey, Iowan Jets fan, thank you for the super chat. You're now internet famous. That's right, bro. I'm looking forward to having you on here. It's going to be fun. Iowan Jets fan is a tier 3 Patreon supporter, so that's why he's going to be on with us, and he'll get his t-shirt soon too. And he was part of we do weekly breakdowns with Dom C and everything. It's a blast, man. We have a good time. So everybody's giving him B's. I see Rob S gave him a C+. I think it's pretty good. Yeah, they have Long at tight end. Okay. All right, so let's move over to the Patriots. Let's see what the damn Patriots did, and then we're going to look at our draft and see what we did. Look at the Patriots. They have a shortage of picks because they made some trades. They started with defensive tackle Jordan Davis. That's scary. Then they got wide receiver Romeo Doubs, running back Tyler Algier, running back Sincere McCormick, safety Joshua Williams, and Jermaine Walker, the cornerback out of Virginia Tech. I got to say, this is a small draft, but I think this is a B+ as well, man. This is a strong draft. I don't like the running backs, but.
Yeah, I was going to say this is a B for me, for sure. If you can get Jordan Davis at 21, I think he absolutely showed out. I think he's legit. This looks like you don't need a lot of picks to have a good draft, but you have to pick the right guys.
Yeah. And I think this is a good draft. Again, I mean, the sim gave him 2 running backs. I don't think they would really do that. But those players are good. Starting with Jordan Davis, that's a slam dunk pick, man. And if anybody's going to get to use him the right way, it's Belichick. He'll get him playing at his tops, and he's got all the talent in the world. Peter Chestnut says, if JFM is moving back inside, please stop with this Fatukasi nonsense. Bye. We got his replacement last year in the 6th. Yeah, I hear you. I mean, it depends on what he's going to get. I mean, Fatukasi's a captain on the team too, so there's a lot of that. He was, for the first half of the season, he was the number 1 run defender in the NFL, so there's that too. But I hear you. What do you think? If he's too much, you're just going to let him walk?
If it were me, and I'm looking at what's going on in free agency right now, like, if you had asked me end of the season, I'm saying, no, I'm not bringing Foley Fatukasi back. It's fine. Like, I'm kicking JFM inside. But our second line, like, we have 2 starting defensive lines, really. One plays 65% of the time. The other one plays like 40% of the time. And then they rotate some other guys in and out. But like for the most part, like you are using a rotation of guys. And I think if you have a surplus of cap, you have a lot of draft picks, and the amount of free agent players that you could bring in is not enough to impact your win-loss total. If you have to allocate a little bit of money to pay a player that's one of your captains on your team that players look up to, and he's doing things the right way, I 100% think that Foley Fatukasi is worth the little bit of extra money. Same with Berrios. I would say they're both worth, if you want to say $1 million more, I would say $1 million more.
Yeah, that's where I feel. But look, the truth is that if Fatukasi is going to want 10, 12 million, I'm okay with bringing Kyle Phillips back. Like was just said, we did draft Jonathan Marshall. We have Sheldon Rankins and Quinnen. We got JFM. Like, as long as we keep some of our guys. Kyle Phillips is another late round. Actually, was an undrafted free agent. And
I was going to say, if you're re-signing Foley, I would say I'm cutting Rankins. I wouldn't keep both of them. It would be one or the other. Yeah, because I think you save like $3 or $5 million on Rankins, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so I agree. Michael Basso says, for gas. Thank you, Michael. He says, love all the content and appreciate your hard work. You guys are two of my favorites. Thank you. Well, thank you. And Ryan's look, Ryan's the king. Make no mistake. Ryan's the king.
Green Bean, I love you.
Yeah, I love you.
Yeah,
and I love Michael. I love Michael. Good. Thank you, Michael. Look at this one. Zach checks in at 12:30 at night and says, did they finish already?
Oh, Zach, wait till you see the line we protected you with and the weapons we got you. You'll be so excited for next year.
All right, so let's get the New England draft off, and let's let this draft finish. We're going to see what we did. We didn't I could pull it up right now, but we'll just let it finish. But we did not gain anything for next year. That's one of the things I like, but here's what I think, guys. As we know, Joe Douglas compiled a whole bunch of draft capital, and I think we're actually going to use it this year because Joe Douglas is planning on letting more free agents go than he signs, even though we're going to sign free agents, and we're going to start seeing the comp pick thing, be a factor for us. He's going to start getting his extra picks that way, thirds, fifths, that sort of thing. So I think it's going to work out for us. So here we go, guys. Here's our mock. And we'll look at free agency right after we look at this. Here's what we did tonight. We got Aiden Hutchinson, who slipped to 4, and we snatched him. Then we grabbed Sauce Gardner. He's going to push Bryce Hall back to a reserve position, it looks like. We got Tyler Linderbaum in the second, a steal in the second. We got him. Then we got Christian Watson, our wide receiver of choice, wide receiver out of North Dakota State. Then we grabbed linebacker Christian Harris, the guy who started for Alabama since his freshman year. That's the kind of player we're bringing in. Then we grabbed Jeremy Ruckert, tight end from Ohio State. Rashad White, running back out of Arizona State. Herm Edwards, going to send him with a bow on his head over to the Jets. We grabbed safety J.T. Woods, offensive guard Cole Strange, Kellen Deach, the offensive tackle out of Arizona State. So we're getting Rashad White and Kellen Deach from Arizona State. Then we went to UVA, Charlottesville, Virginia, and grabbed tight end Jelani Woods. And then we wrapped it up with kicker Cade York. So let's get some letter grades for the draft while I pick up and show you guys our free agency. So we can't forget free agency. So we got, what do you think, Ryan? What's your draft grade?
If you look in the chat, I kind of gave us like a D, but I think it's an A+.
What's good? I think it's an A too.
I think it's an A+.
Cadoza says, look at this nonsense. What nonsense? What are you talking about? A+. Oh, there he goes. A+. Solid A. How did you get Linderbaum? Because he slid to the second, which is probably going to happen. Look,
I think he's going to slide.
Me
Dude,
too.
Center is not a first round. It's not a top 10 need. If you look at centers that were taken in the first round, it doesn't usually turn out good. Same thing with tight ends. Tight ends in the first round, aside from Pitts and Hawkinson, and you can even argue that Hawkinson with 50 yards a game is like probably not worthy of the number 8 overall pick.
Yeah. Well, and look, and I just want to comment on Cardoza too. He said this is stupid good. Okay, so that's what he's saying. He's saying nonsense like that. Dude, look, people say things, Ryan, like guy, it's unrealistic. This is unrealistic. Every single year, guys are taken before they're supposed to be. Guys slip the whole round and a half past where they're supposed to.
Sean Wade, first round pick at 23. We were talking 5th round pick.
5th round pick. Bryce Hall was a 2nd round pick, went in the 5th round. DK Metcalf was talked about as a top 10 pick. He slid to the bottom of the 2nd round. Creed Humphrey, Terry McLaurin, Michael Thomas. It happens all the time. So there is no unrealistic. That's what I want people to know. Teams dude, they fall in love with players that look at the Raiders drafted Cleveland Farrell at 4. Just a couple years ago, they took Henry Ruggs over Jerry Jeudy and CeeDee Lamb. Like, dude, it happens every year. So,
dude, they took friggin' Darius Hayward-Bay at the top of the draft.
They did.
When he was just going at the back of the first.
You know why they did it?
6 or 7. Yeah, 4.3 speed or whatever. 4.28. Right.
They came out, they picked him and said, "You can't coach speed." That's it. That's all they said. Hey, what are you doing, Ryan? You dropping dicks all over the place? What's going on over there?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see my chat? You should have looked at the chat.
I am looking. I didn't see it.
You'll see it. It's there.
I don't see it.
Scroll up. It's like a half. If you take your hands and you scroll the entire length of a trackpad, it's 2 of those, depending on your speed, I guess.
I don't see you.
It's there.
I can't see it, Ryan. I can't find it.
I can see it. It's right there. Unless they block it. I don't think they block it, but someone commented on it, so I think it's there.
No, I don't have that. Maybe I did block it. I don't know. I did some settings.
No. You wouldn't have blocked it. I can see it in the chat. It's there. If you follow HMNI Cardoza has 2 chats just before you would get to mine, going from the bottom up.
I just don't see it.
It's not that far. I have 1 chat that says 100, and then it's probably 3 times as far up.
I can't see it. I don't see you at all. It's crazy.
What?
Jets Talk. Oh, there it is. This one?
Yeah, that's it.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, Brian wants to remind us we traded back and lost Trey McBride. He was taking 2 picks before us. All right, so here's our draft. I'm seeing A's and B's pretty much all over the place. Well, let's bring up our mock free agency so you can see what we really did and why it is that we tailored the draft this way. So let me show you guys this. This is also what we did in free agency. So just to remind you, we got cornerback Carlton Davis. So now we got cornerback Carlton Davis and Sauce Gardner. We got safety JT Woods and Marcus Williams. We got edge rushers Dante Fowler and Aiden Hutchinson. We got wide receiver Allen Robinson and Christian Watson. We got guard Alex Kappa and Cole Strange. We got tackles Brandon Shell and Kellen Deach. We got linebackers Leighton Vander Esch and Christian Harris. We got tight end Dalton Schultz and Jeremy Ruckert. And don't forget Cade York and Rashad White. So, dude, come on.
Oh, that's an A+ offseason. Dude, we're in good shape.
Yeah. Where did Green Truth said he doesn't want us to be the GMs. Green Truth, this would be the greatest free agency, offseason in New York Jets history. He's back, right? What does he say now? Do we have enough cap to sign that whole draft? No. We do not have enough.
Absolutely not.
No. Not with
it's a best case scenario. It's one of the the whole thought process with this Green Truth was definitely, hey, we solved our holes in free agency. Forget the cap number.
Correct.
Forget everything. We're going best player available. What do you like? Where do you go?
Exactly.
As usual, we win the offseason. We always win the offseason. I get excited.
We do.
If you follow channel analytics, I would bet GreenBean is the same way. My channel analytics say the offseason is the time to make content. In season, the first 2 weeks. And then it's
and then we're just literally making videos trying to find a positive in the worst turn.
Dude, we have 3 months of making videos and knowing we're gonna get 1,000 or 2,000 views and
yeah, it sucks.
Just putting in the work.
It really does. Like, think about this, guys. We all got together. We planned for a month when we all came from all over the place, met at Giant Stadium or MetLife. We hung out with everybody. We saw Fireman Ed. We saw Gotham City. We saw the Let's Talk Jets guys. Ryan O'Leary,
Jets Media.
With Jets Media, Jack. We were with everybody. And then we walked in that stadium. And Zach threw 4 picks, and we got shellacked. And then what did we have to do? I had to drive back to friggin' Virginia, wherever I was, and then make a video about it. I was yelling about helicopters flying over. I was pissed. I was in no mood.
Dude, I got so banged up. Like, I was fine before it, and then I got in, and I was like, we're 2 interceptions in. We're like 14 points down. I'm double fisting. And just like, I'm leaving the parking lot. Becca's like, please don't throw up out the car window. Like, I'm sorry, I threw up out the car window.
Well, Ryan, think about this. Think about this. You got guys like me, right? I have no way to run. That's why I vape. Like, I don't drink. I don't smoke crack anymore. I don't smoke weed. I don't do anything. Man, I used to go to Giants games. We would drink heavily. Our Jets games, at Giant Stadium. Mm-hmm. We would drink and everything and party. And then I would bring a couple joints in. We had halftime on the turnstile. We would always smoke some doobs. And then right after it, I would get a bunch of cocaine and crack. Like, I would stop at Patterson on the way home or Newark. It was like a whole thing. You know what I mean? Now I just fucking sit there and go, yeah, I got nothing. Like, what do? I fucking vape. I got nowhere to run.
That's all right. Well, Jersey. Well, you're in Arizona, so I don't condone you doing this, but Arizona's legal, so you can actually you could smoke pot if you wanted to. It's everywhere. I went into a very nice dispensary out there.
Did you?
Yeah, in Phoenix. Very nice.
Well, let me tell you this.
Cura Leaf, I think.
Yeah, Cura Leaf. Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah.
But let me ask you guys, I'll ask the chat this too. I should put up a poll. Right next to the dispensary, there are 2 stores. One is a water store, so we can go in there and buy water. So it's a water store out in Arizona. So you have the dispensary, a water store, and then should I go in and do this? Buckets of spaghetti.
That's the name of the store?
It's something else, but it's like Tom's or whatever, Leonardo's buckets of spaghetti.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think there should be a store that just sells water. I feel like that's kind of bad.
Water stores. They're out here. We're in the desert.
I know, but I feel like that's like, screw Nestle. Like, they're selling water. Fuck those guys. But I would say
Nestle's bad company, man. Don't fucking buy Nestle stuff. They own all the water. They own Poland Spring. They own Deer Park. They own Arrow. They own all of them. And they're known for completely destroying the areas that these mountain springs, they suck it dry, dude. And they're the worst. So that's what Zach Wilson wants to know. Was GreenBean actually doing crack? Dude, Zach Wilson, I was a homeless man sleeping in hallways in Newark with a crack pipe in my mouth and a needle in my arm. That's who I was. So believe me, it was it got rough. No, I didn't bring the needles into Giant Stadium or nothing like that.
No, dude, but it's a journey, dude. And I love hanging out with you.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing. My wife's got 16 years sober. I mean, we're fucking, it's a whole different thing, man. My wife was as heavy of a partier as anybody you ever met, man. She was no joke. And then, so that's the thing. Like, that's why I do this. I'm just so happy to be alive, dude. I really am, So, hey, Paris, let me tell you this. I know Codoza says buckets of spaghetti sounds amazing. I'm going to go get one. I'm going to make a whole video on it. I really am.
What's your favorite type of pasta? Favorite spaghetti?
Well, spaghetti is, I love spaghetti.
Okay, sorry, the favorite pasta, because spaghetti implies string.
It goes 2 ways for me. One is I absolutely die for capellini, like angel hair. I love it. I love big, huge piles of angel hair. But I am a huge I'm a huge fan.
Water.
Yeah. But I'm a huge fan of, if it's well done, it's got to be perfect, of rigatoni. Like, that's, if you get rigatoni that's perfect, it's the best
rigatoni's
pasta.
Good.
And I love tortellinis and all that shit too. I'm a big gnocchi guy.
Gnocchi's good. I would say I'm a What's the corkscrew one? The corkscrew one is it holds sauce.
Farafelli. No, Farafellis are the bow ties, right? Rotellinis.
I have no.
That's what they are. Rotellinis.
Rotellinis. Yeah, I like the bow ties. I'm a big bow tie guy. I like the
bow ties.
The corkscrews.
Yeah, they're
Love
fun.
this mock off season. Keep it up. Guys, Ryan complete cycle on Twitter. Buckets of spaghetti. Now you're trying. Guys,
Dude,
Ryan complete my cycle on Twitter. I'm confused.
Ryan, let me tell you something. When I was driving, it was like it's a strip mall, right? Like Home Depot's in it. We're actually going to T-Mobile.
Yeah.
And I actually saw it and slammed on my brakes. What the fuck? Buckets? I couldn't believe what I was reading. Buckets. My wife's like, what? I'm like,
what do you mean?
Bucket. I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna pitch them.
That's amazing. Just like, hey, I would love a free lunch.
Yeah, that's
if
what I
could advertise for your.
That's what I do. I'm making a video for Flagstaff Extreme. That's who gave me, we went zip lining and everything, and they gave it to us to market them. Yeah,
hell yeah,
that's
dude, absolutely.
Hey,
it costs them nothing to let you slide down a rope.
Right. It cost them nothing. They're already doing it. Right.
Yeah.
So
you get to have fun. You advertise for them. Perfect.
That's right. I got the UFO tour and all that. I'm actually interviewing that lady tomorrow. I'm going to her house. What? We already did the UFO tour, dude. She gave us military grade night vision, so we could see all this stuff going on in the sky, and then laser pointers so we can tell people, hey, look, there's one, so we could all see. So we had laser pointers. Dude, it was amazing. There was so much shit flying around up there, like things that would come down and go zip. They're everywhere, dude. The UFOs are all over the place out here. And so tomorrow, she told me that she's gotten abducted numerous times. She's going to give me her whole story. We're going to film it tomorrow.
I love it.
I don't know how I'm going to work it in.
I was going to say, is it going to be on the coaster tour or is it going to be on this channel?
I don't know. This one. I'm moving a lot of the coasters, just like the road stuff over here. I got to. I can't maintain two channels. I just can't.
Well, I was gonna say it's easier to just have the fun, and plus it's cool because everyone knows you're from the football stuff, and everyone loves watching where you go. Because dude, when we did the stream where you were in fucking Washington or whatever, and you're fucking Oregon. Sasquatch is walking behind you, one of the coolest friggin' things I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's amazing, dude. And so my most recent the podcast that I released this morning was I'm literally in the desert of Arizona. I'm in a town, but I'm off to the side, but it's gorgeous. I couldn't wait to show you guys. I couldn't wait to make the video and show you guys. So I'm going to do something called a minute from the road and make shorts and then stick them in the podcast, a collection of what we're doing this week.
I like that.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to do it. I can't maintain the coaster videos take me hours to edit.
Oh, I'm sure, because you're going through the entire park and audio overlays and everything. That's not easy. It's a lot. It's not
easy, man. And I do a whole voiceover and all that shit.
Yep.
Knobcraft wants to thank you for the super chat. Knobcraft. He says gavadil. That's what he says. Gavadil and broccoli is one of my absolute favorite dishes in the world. My mother made it once every 2 weeks my whole life. Gavadil and broccoli. I could eat that shit. I could eat it forever. I love gavadil is another one. It's the texture. I know it says cavatelli, but it's gavadil. Let's see. We got another super chat here. V-Man, what's up, V-Man? Good to see you, buddy. He says, congrats on being sober. Old school Latinos can't show emotions unless we're pissed drunk. The same thing with Italians. I grew up, and I've told you this, Ryan, but I was raised in a Northeast New Jersey Italian family. I thought I was Italian my whole life. My last name is Italian. GreenBean, so my last name is Italian. I thought I was Italian until I was 25 years old. And then I found out I'm talking with my hand, doing and I find out I was adopted and I'm Irish. I'm like, what?
Welcome. I'm 97% Irish. I think I'm 3% Nordic or something. We did a 23andMe. I was like, oh, I'm Nordic. I'm beautiful.
Yeah, right, dude. No, look,
3% beautiful.
I'm Irish, Scottish, English, and then I have Swedish and Portuguese from my mother. So I'm that whole section. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, right in that little.
Yeah, that's where I'm from. But I was raised
Western
Italian.
Europe.
I thought I was Italian this whole time. I'm out there saying, "I'll take a Domonagosta and a gabagool," all this shit. My family, it's forget about it. That's where we come from. I come from that. Now I'm Irish. My family would make fun of Irish people though. You're the old Irish. I told them, I said, dude, you guys knew I was Irish. They're like, well, not you. You're one of us.
my cousin was like convinced he was German. It was just like the biggest thing. And then he like did the 23andMe and like none. So he's just like, he had this crisis of identity. Like, what do you mean I'm not that? Like, I don't know what to do.
Right. So it's a funny thing. So I'm definitely like, it made a lot of sense. I'm like, that's why I drink literally, gallons of whiskey. You know what I mean? And nothing even affect me. You know what I mean? I'm
Just
like
Irish.
Just Irish.
I'm built that way.
Yeah. So Chris Bradigan
Different.
brings up when I got lost on the beach in Myrtle Beach. I was literally filming a video and I'm talking.
I remember that.
Remember that? And I didn't know where I was.
It's like, I'm not sure where I am right now.
I kept turning around. I did not know. I didn't know where I went. I was just fucking walking and talking. But yeah, so I'm gonna bring a lot more of that stuff over because I'm still gonna make coaster videos, but I can't keep up with it. It's just too much because I collect like 2 or 3 hours of footage and I got to go through it all and trim it. That takes me hours, man. Hours and hours.
Oh yeah.
And hours.
If you do what people don't realize is if you make a 15-minute video, very, very rarely do you ever go like and film just 15 minutes. It's usually like 30 minutes worth of stuff at least, if not longer. Like I filmed for 45 minutes the other day and I got 14 minutes worth of stuff. I was like, damn it.
Totally, man. I know. I tell myself all the time, Ryan, I'm going to record a shorter one.
Yeah. I'm just going to do it 30 minutes. Like, oh, it'll take 2 seconds. Like I could do it in 8 minutes.
Nope. Yep. And then a half hour later, I'm still talking. Like, come on.
Like, I flubbed up my words. I got to do it again.
Yeah. So Dylan Grace says Greenbean is actually Santa. You want to know the truth, and then we'll end this on this. I'm in Arizona now, and we're going to Yellowstone. I'm going to work in Yellowstone for a few months. I got a job up there and everything, and we're going to do that because that's like a dream of ours to go to Yellowstone. So I'm going to be there for months and the whole thing. Right after that, we're going to Michigan, and I'm going into Santa school. There's a Santa certification. Like when you want to be a Santa out there in the mall. Yeah, dude. I'm going to try to film it. I'm going to try to pitch them too.
So cool.
Wouldn't that be great? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be Santa. Ho, ho, ho. I'm going to do it.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So, Ryan, I want to thank you, dude. This was fucking killer. I had a good time. We thank you for showing me the polls. We'll implement that into the system.
You got to remind me on Tuesdays. I'll do the Tuesdays because I never think to do it.
The polls?
I never think to do it. I forget.
Yeah, I'm over here counting.
We're rambling. I'm counting fingers at the end of streams and stuff.
Right. I know. Hey, man, we're trying out here. We're doing a good job.
It works.
But I want to thank you, dude. You got anything you want to tell anybody that you got coming up? Anything big or anything?
I'm going to put out 2 videos probably tomorrow. I wrote some scripts for them today. I'm going to do my top 5 risers and top 5 fallers for the combine, like regardless of position. So I guess look out for that. And then we'll be live tomorrow on Tuesday. So it's going to be a lot of fun. 8 o'clock over on my channel.
Yeah, I'll be back in the truck. I might try to find a different parking space. This was a good parking space.
This was a good one. Dude, your internet quality is perfect. I would say go right back where you are.
Thank you. Tomorrow. I'm coming right back here. But Ryan, thank you. And thank you guys in the chat. Oh, we got another super chat from Mutt Viles. Thank you, Mutt Viles. He says, loved this mock off season and story time with Greenbean and Ryan. Keep it up. Just joined Patreon, and Ryan, waiting on you to complete my cycle for Twitter love. He wants you to follow him, Ryan.
Oh, wait, do I not follow? I don't follow like anyone on Twitter.
We got to follow him.
Not necessarily on purpose. I don't know. I'm bad at Twitter.
Yeah. Well, we gotta follow Mutt Viles. We got to do it.
Let me get him. I'm going over to Twitter right now. I'm going to
There you go, Mutt Viles. Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate the super chat and the Patreon. I'm going to reply to you tomorrow to give you the rundown of the benefits and stuff. So thank you, man. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. This was a great chat, great mock, great banter tonight. I had a good time. So thank you all. It's almost 1 a.m. over there. It's only, what time is it here? 10. It's only 10:30 here. So we're good.
Yeah, we're 12:40 over here. It's all right. Oh yeah, that's right. You have you're broken. You got Arizona time. You guys don't.
And interesting. Listen to this. Next week, Arizona doesn't change. They stay the same time. They don't do daylight savings and all that. So when it all changes next week, I'm just going to be 3 hours behind because Arizona's like they throw the big bird up there. Screw you.
Screw it.
The whole
the rest
country
of
should do that.
Everyone
whole
should do
country
it.
should do
It's
that.
silly. We shouldn't have daylight savings time anymore. It's ridiculous.
Viles says you did it. It's complete.
I did
there
it.
it is. Nice. So good. We
The
made a
Holy
love
Trinity.
connection tonight. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, listen, we're gonna end this one. 2 hours and 43 minutes is good enough, right? We did it. But Ryan,
fun.
seriously, man, thanks again. I enjoyed having you, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Good night, everybody. Well, let me do the thing. Sorry, I got to do the outro.
Do the thing. Do the thing.
I gotta do the big outro here. Here we go. Good night, everybody.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock.
Johnny Lamb Jones. Wide receiver. As a season ticket holder of the Jets, I'm going to fool Ken O'Brien of California Davis.
Obviously, the Jets know something that, the people up there don't.
Fullback. Roger Vick. Jeff Lageman.
Jets just don't understand the dress all back.
Blair Thomas, running back, Penn State. Johnny Mitchell. The New York Jets select tight end from Penn State, Kyle Brady.
Vernon Ghost. Cleveland traded the 5th pick to the New York Jets. And with the 5th pick in the 2009 NFL Draft, New York Jets select Mark Sanchez.
D. Milner, Smith. Jets select quarterback Christian Hackenberg.
Sam Darnold.